Throw to us.
Come to us.
Can you guys hear us? Okay, so we're only a couple seconds away here until the Fed comes out. We are flat. Hopefully there's sound now. And maybe, Justin, if you're watching, you can let us know as well. Apparently still no audio. I don't know. Hopefully we can go. We're getting ready for this. Fed number. Shoot, man, we tried to do this transition and we might have missed it. Hopefully you guys are here. Let's go. Can you guys hear? Yes or no? Just put in the chat. Looks like we're good to go. Okay, here we come, Neil.
Right.
We're getting ready to rock and roll. Watch out for Softy coming down to this 298 area. We'll sit here. If we get a fill, and that'll be great. We're expecting no change, so I don't know why we're talking like this.
Exactly. We're going to get no change here, but here it comes in just a couple of seconds. Brendan will have it for us. You're going to see first initial move is, upside.
Upside move right now, so we kind of expected that. I said that we get some dovish talk right here on the Fed. So there's a nice little move. I said it on Prad's show that there was going to be a dovish move right here in the futures, and here we go. The market is starting to rip city right now. Big time movement upside for the market. Wow, good move. No idea what's going on with this, but there it goes, right up to the upside. Let's go. Let's get this party started.
Oh, I said I would fade the first move, and I did, but I got out at the top, and now we're going to be a bit of a reversal. You tend to see that. I'm going to wait to see what actually comes out because it's about the comments. Right. It's about the comments. There's no way anybody's reading the comments that quickly. So we want to see what happens, but a fade does happen. Even though I take the top off, I'm also going to be looking at the most beat up name ever, and that's going to be Affirm up at that top. If we get a harsh reversal, you got to be kidding me. I was just talking to Tony about how I wanted to play this, fade the initial move, but I let myself get stopped out anyways because that's just the algo reaction to the overall market. And the fact that it doesn't retrace the bottom, actually a good sign as they digest here.
Tony the Tiger, what's up, Brendan?
After a bit of a mess up, hope you can hear me now. So unchanged as expected. Here's the first comment that's kind of interesting, guys. The Fed expects reducing balance sheet size will commence after, which is a change, the process of increasing the target range for the Fed funds rate has begun. So that was supposed to be 1-1 initially, but now they're saying after maybe for when the balance sheet will decrease, guys.
It's slower. Yeah, that's okay.
Good.
That's what you're looking for. So that's the key there.
All right, we're going to see
the balance sheet a little bit sooner.
We're going to see if we take
or later.
Yeah, we're going to see if we take out this Microsoft right here, this high. We did dump it, man. We had a big time win already on Softy. We've already been up here. Let's see if we take this out and we continue to go to the north side here. We're going to take this out on Softy. Great news there. They're going to be tapering less or later on here. So we're going to wait to see what happens. Here it is. We're into Microsoft right now on the high side. Crypto rip city on crypto as well as that keeps on going. There goes Microsoft. We're already taking a piece out. And look, I mean, this is trading, right? Neil and I have seen this before, and hopefully you have too. Look at crypto. Crypto going nuts right now. 26 and change. Look at Ethereum. Bang, bang. Right now it goes the gunshots for Ethereum. Bang! There it is. We're back in the business, baby. Microsoft, $1 in the money right now as we take this to the high side. This is the kind of action that we are talking about. I hope you're enjoying yourself.
You got to still remember here, Tesla reports after market. They're going to take, I don't care. They're going to take some profits on Tesla here. I'm going to take a shot on Tesla off of 987 when I was looking at this top. And it's, look, again, at this time, you're going to expect bigger moves and swing a bit more. Like I was shorting Tesla with $1 worth of risk. I'm going to short it with about $2 worth of risk here to 987. It's just a matter of not necessarily, but always wanting to go against the grain. But like I just think at some point they're going to take profit on Tesla, and I want to try a couple of shots here off the top. Into 1,000 potentially, obviously, could be that number. My first shot is right here, getting an 84.5. And then trying to give it off of that 987 price area. So we're going to see, again, if it's because Tesla's reporting, I just can't see any way that there aren't people taking profit and risk off on Tesla when they're reporting. It's one thing Microsoft, they reported, man.
Yeah,
like their numbers came out. You had the valuation crunch come back in. Tesla is a different beast here. So, and again, you've tried to follow a plan, and I said I'd go to Affirm, but then I'm like, no. What are we talking about here on Tesla? Take the shot there. I just scalped in and out of Tesla. And again, give it a couple more dollars worth of room. We're able to grab $8 there on the second half of Tesla. And speaking of, now I can go over to Affirm. Okay, so I mean, obviously I could have gone back to Affirm and put the same type of a move on, but it was Tesla that was front of mind. I had level 2s up on, oddly enough, Tesla, Nikola, Affirm, and then initially the Qs, which I took the hit on, but going to be able to make it back and then some on the Tesla fade. And it's because you got to take the risk. There's no way people aren't taking that profit. 985 on Tesla before they report. Brendan?
A couple other things of note here, guys. Nothing too serious, but Fed says in the long run, it intends to hold primarily Treasury securities. The vote in favor to leave rates unchanged was unanimous, and they also said rates could rise soon, quote unquote. Soon as in March, probably.
Come on.
Guys.
I mean, we know that. We know that. Look at that out.
Point of even whatever. Go ahead.
Look at that out right there on Softy. Ding, 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 ding. All the way to the upside. We take advantage of that. Crypto turning around a little bit here. We did punch a little long in Ethereum right here. If we zoom in, it started just to go up right there. So we did punch that ticket long on ETH. So that was also a nice trade for us. What's Roblox doing? 69 bucks on RBLX. Look at this trade that we had earlier, man. We were long already, 66, and we got out 68.70. You can see Roblox starting to tick upside as well. This fade may be in right now. The NASDAQ, can you believe the NASDAQ's up 3% right now, guys? So we need to find some love. Look at AMD, rips right to that 117.50 area as well as, come on, charts, let's go. AMD, right now, my charts, go over to Neil because.
So just quickly, a couple of other things. I was in Nikola and took it out because of the Fed announcement. I'm just jumping right back in. It's the same 825 level. It's gone a couple of times, but I'm just jumping into the same trade I was in before post-Fed, which was my intention. So it might not last very long, but I meant to get back into this once things had tried to settle down. And there is something else moving. Groupon, by the way, which you guys might know because if you were following Trader Prad, we were talking about this name just ramping to the upside. I had a good short. It got stopped out. This is now calming down a little bit. And another name which is on the move, because it's not just about the tech names. The meme stocks went absolutely bonkers. GameStop's still at 115 here. That's another one. I know the market's screaming, but if the memes try to go off the top, I think I'd rather fade them. Like Tesla, to me, was just like, if it's going to go that far that fast in a situation where they're reporting after market and their valuation is what it is, that's just, it has to be faded. And once it started going super parabolic, it's like when in doubt, zoom out. And I kind of came back and I looked at it. It's either going to be right here, this 84, 85 area. And I said, like I said, give it a couple of dollars. I'm not going to stop it out at $1. Or it's going to test 1,000. And one of those or both of those were going to be the shorts that I was going to take because I just thought a move like that had to have a pullback on Tesla. Like there's no way that there wouldn't have been a good retracement. And because of the volatility around the Fed, you think a little bit deeper. Like I shorted this in front of 64 or 63, the high of the day, and was scalping $1 or $2. In this case, scalping is twice that. And then we're looking for a bit of a bigger move. But it still has a chance to take out the top. If it does that, 1,000 is going to be in sight.
All right, so there it is, man. We're going to go long Roblox now as well. Just took out 70. I don't know. We'll see if the market wants to keep going. Roblox 70 is a key enough level for me. We've already taken on this one 66.50 long out right there. We had a stop order in there that got triggered. Out right on that break. We did that live on Prad show. So we'll test some Roblox long right now. And here we go. Let's go DraftKings. Let's go. Another one. We took DraftKings long here on that. Let's see if it wants to continue to the upside. Look, I'm not a big fan of DraftKings, but at the same time, the momentum today in DraftKings has been pretty good. Just seeing if we retest the highs. But look at the market, man. It's fading out right now. Sometimes there's two moves to this game, guys. And don't get caught in this one if you didn't make money in the first one. But let's wait to see what happens here. Watch out for some of these levels. 14,500, very key on the NASDAQ, Brendan.
30 as well when we get some comments to go along with this. Little tiny float stock Longeveron, 2 million float on LGVN. Another one going crazy here. Just broke $8, guys. Huge volume on LGVN.
Right, Longeveron, eh? Okay, so we'll do this one. If this breaks back through 69-ish, 69er, we'll get out of this one. So we can lose $1 on Roblox. We've already made a nice little move there. And again, don't get too caught up in all this. I heard Prad say cash is a position. You know, I've only made one trade. I mean, I made 2 trades now. DraftKings with a nice win here. Roblox, we're going to try that one, and we took $1 or so on Microsoft. That is now through the roof. Congratulations, man. We've been loving Microsoft for a long time here. Today, buy again. And now we're ripping up to the upside. So let's go Softy. Let's go everything. If you're long something, congratulations. The futures are bright, man. 39,000 for Bitcoin, 27 for Ethereum, $1.15 for Cardano. So yeah, things are looking up here, guys.
Absolutely. And look, it's just a matter of picking your vehicle. I'll show you treasuries because you can look at TLT. And ultimately, look, that's going to be a reverse. The price action, the market goes up, and then as that goes up, TLT is going to dip. But once again, fading the initial move, wait for the first turnaround, it comes right back, and you're able to get like that kind of a bounce back scalp trade. I think that's what a lot of traders will look for, whether it's GDX, whether it's TLT, whether it's the Qs themselves. You've got to find your vehicle. I'm thankful that I thought about Tesla there, but as we're sort of calming ourselves down and going into what are the next opportunities, if the market, if GameStop even tries to get to that 120 mark, I don't think anything that got said or anything that's going to benefit tech and growth names necessarily applies to the meme stocks, which have squeezed today. So I still think money is going to come out of these, and I'm looking for a spot there. I don't think it's going to be remotely related. But if you go back to the chip names, at least, which are a little bit different because NVIDIA's got still a huge valuation. It's now 2 or 3 times. Apologies for this 260 wick, but 2 or 3 times at 240 here. I'll zoom in so we can get a better idea. There we go. 2 or 3 times it's broken 240 and just slamming back and forth. So you don't want to get tripped up in this. Like, we've seen this reverse before, so I'm not chasing it. Like, you didn't get the move up. I was looking for a retracement. It felt safer in Tesla, and I'm not going to be pulling the trigger at the top here on the market in NVIDIA. So I think being patient makes sense. Know which names you feel most comfortable getting into. That's a huge run. Like, you could have picked just about anything. You just had to know where you were going to go first if it was going to be the long or the short. So you got to make those plans before action. I told you the names I had up. And then, of course, we ended up taking a trade in Tesla. I did get stopped out of Nikola, but I'll probably go back to the well on that one again, just as usual, making a bit of a top wick there. Look, Nikola's up 11.5%. Obviously, if you don't have revenues or don't have a lot of profits, this is probably going to be good for you. I just don't think it's all that good. Nikola 11% is a bit rich for my blood.
Yeah, I'd say so too. What's up, Brandon, quickly?
I was just looking through the actual statement, guys. Surprisingly little change when it comes to the actual wording of the statement. Really, the only notables were they went from with inflation having exceeded 2% over time to inflation having exceeded 2% for some time, and then they added the change to soon. So they added soon to the increase coming, guys. But that's about it. Otherwise, the statement not terribly changed.
Okay, so we'll take that for what it's worth. I mean, you can see now the market is coming back down, so we're short. I mean, you may not like it, but we're short AMC right now. We did get out. I mean, as soon as DraftKings wasn't working, we got out of that one, guys. And I mean, we got out for profit. I mean, we don't hold it anymore. You could see out as soon as it wasn't working. There it does, cranks back down below. So we are going to get stopped out of this Roblox as the market right now retrieving all the way back, man. Like, we're now taking out that 50-period MA right now on the futures, which brings us right back to this. So I do expect Roblox to get downside a little bit here. And if it takes out 69, I just don't need to be in this one for that. So we'll get out if it takes out 69 right now. But we are 20 cents in the money on AMC. We just took another bid at 50. So far, so good here on AMC. Just trying to play it off of that top. But again, just into this area right now. What this has really done is just given us some volume here and liquidity to get in and out of some of these trades. So far, so good here. Roblox bouncing as the market is as well.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I got out and thought that was a good trade at 78s on Tesla. Like, and it's now all the way down at like 68. There was a reload shot, of course. I picked reloading in Nikola, as I just said. I say that with a chuckle because Nikola is basically 1 cent in the money, and Tesla is continuing to fall down here. And again, we talk about this being a bit of a story about, I guess, risk off because of their earnings, but look at Affirm, right? Like, that was making highs all morning, all day long, I should say. It also broke out. Now it's slamming back to the downside. So, overall, this is like, you see that move back on both I just showed you on Tesla and on Affirm there, but look at the actual NASDAQ. Like, we're right basically back at the highs. It's not as if we've pulled all the way back down into the, below that 14.5 mark. We're still kind of trading off of those highs there. So it is like the whipsaw action is happening more in the higher risk names than anything else. Like, the Qs themselves are holding near the highs. That's worth noting here. I know we're getting excited about showing a chart of Tesla is not indicative of what the Qs have done.
Yeah. No, I mean, everyone asking, the Fed, today was not a raise day, guy. We're going to have to wait to see what happens. The raise is coming in March. So that's what we're waiting for. Look at AMC just continuing its move to the downside right now. We can get some more bids. I have some bids lower than this and some offers higher. We got stopped out of our Roblox trade, but we are into Apple right now. And we're just going to see I must have done some bad math here because I don't want to hold this through that price, 163.23, as Apple now falling back down. So we get out of that one there. That was a mistake. We actually meant to drop that right there, but we take it out now as it's falling back down. Look at the NASDAQ, man. We got to find some shorts.
I couldn't even, like... Oh,
we're into AMC short, and that's about it, though.
Like, a firm's dropping like a rock, man. Like, I couldn't even get into this one on the retrace. Like, look at this stupid thing. Like, okay, not stupid. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's
just,
that's
fine.
Like, look at it fall. Like, it's down at 59.
Look at everything fall.
Like, I was just trying to get in at 60.50. Then I was trying to get in at 60 quarters. Now it's at 59 even. And then Nikola, which I can't even type this. Nikola, which I just got in a couple of seconds ago, already back to where like I was taking profits. I shorted exactly the same price like 3 times here, and we're right back into this like 810 support. This might go down to VWAP. I think we're retracing pretty hard here. There's obviously not even a bounce for me to be able to play off of at this point. It's just kind of crazy. Like Flush City, this is the reversal. We tend to see it happen.
Yep.
It's like wherever the market is, it's like it'll probably try to reverse off that direction, that initial move. The head fake, they just always do this head fake. I wish I had been a little more patient with the Q, but Tesla, everything basically falling now.
Go softy, it's your birthday. Okay, look at that, man. Again, we just go back to the well. Let's just keep doing what we're doing. Get that softy out right there. Take it out at VWAP on the retracement back. So that's a 301.60 in, out 302.16, a quick 60 cents there. We'll see if it continues to make a move. We're 60 cents in the money on Microsoft long right now, and we're 58 cents in the money on AMC short right now. So AMC just bounced off VWAP. Probably a good area to get out of this one as well, as right now AMC downside, Microsoft upside, AMC a break of 17.25. We'll just get out of this one. Again, we don't need to be in names if we don't, you know, because we don't. So there it goes. If this breaks back upside, we'll get out right now. Where's my mouse? We just saw that break in that VWAP hold right there. So let's see what happens now. 80 cents now in the money on Microsoft, and we'll see if we can retrace it back somewhere like here. Would be fine. But again, Powell's going to be hitting the mic soon, taking questions. That's really the tipping point for me. Brendan, give it to us.
Another one moving back to the downside here. Groupon, guys, if you missed it, going back to the midday show, they were talking about this one in SumUp. So they have an investment, a 5% stake, in fact, in payment firm SumUp, which is similar to Stripe. They just raised money at a $22 billion valuation, which makes theirs worth around $1, which would be equivalent to about 37 a share. But we get up here to some huge levels on Groupon starting to roll over here as well.
So I mean, I can't, like, I'm not chasing a firm any further than I am, but I should have jumped back. Like, just on like Nikola, I stopped at the top before we came back on air here when Groupon happened, and then it rejected. I wanted to wait until the Fed nonsense to try to get back in, and it gave you a shot. Like, I could have actually maybe gotten back in this, but below VWAP, I don't know if that's going to be worthwhile. I'm going to hang on to Nikola, and like I said, I'm not really chasing a firm too much further down because this is what you don't want to do, right? Like I'm not, like, I didn't chase Tesla after the first move there, and I shorted Nikola at the price I was able to get it before that I already liked, and it established a range that I also like. But like when you try to catch this up here and we end up down at VWAP, like, well, there's no point. Like, and then whipsaw action in the market, and you don't want to short the bottom. Like, we've seen what can happen here, guys. Like, you know, like, what these moves can definitely put out. So, you know, I understand that it's a bit of a missed opportunity for me, and I could have done a heck of a lot better when it comes to you know, a firm. But I'm not going to compound that by chasing.
All right, that makes sense to me. Right now, AMC just continuing to flush all the way. We'll see if it takes out this VWAP. We do have, that's volume weighted average price. We do have an idea here of 1720 or so on AMC. So we'll see if that fills somewhere here on that trade. And then Microsoft just bouncing around. We are going to take more. I don't know how come I didn't get that bid? Where am I? I'm literally bidding 31.30. So that comes all the way down to 30. Hopefully it fills us next time. And then if this breaks, 301.30. If this breaks 301, then we don't need to be in this anymore, and we'll wait to see what happens down here near 300, and then even better, 298 on that. If we can go back to the downside, we'll find out what's going to happen right there if we go, there it is. So AMC rips back up, so we're out of that one. Good trade for us. Now we'll go WTF, because we're just talking about it at VWAP, and then it rips all the way up. But let's see what happens now. Crypto trying to get going as well, so that's something that you guys might want to look at if you're trading anything. We can look at Amara or a Riot maybe as well. 22.89. Let's see where these names are trying to go right now. Come on, let's go. Switch that up. Come on, Mara. Actually, Mara's looks like it's near the lows, 22.39 right now. Yeah, a big move up and then a move down, and now we're going to see where Mara goes here. So nicely done there. And then Rip City right now and Softy, as that's going upside. We're now $1 in the money on that name.
There you go. And now, again, like be patient, be patient. We're getting back to the 60 level on a firm. GameStop's trying to get up to that 116 area. 119 is the high of the day there. I don't know if I said 120. If I did, I apologize. 119, the high of the day on GameStop. And load. I'm abusing my chart by flipping back and forth on the system. So 60 even was a break at about 1 o'clock on a firm. So I can play that level. Once it tries to turn off the level, if I get any consolidation, I'm going to short off 60. I'll have a stop. If 60 breaks, fair enough. I'll jump right back in trying to short it early or at a different price, back up at like 61 to 61.50. So I am now in a firm. I think it's worth like scalping all the way down. If it's going to be whipsaw action on these names, then I want to make sure that I'm taking profit like all the way through, right? Like I'm getting all the way down to 59 even on this bad boy if I can take it. And out of the corner of my eye, I'm just sticking to the same 3 symbols. It's going to be a firm, it's going to be Nikola, and it's going to be GameStop. It was Tesla because of the earnings on the initial move, but now I'm sort of going back to I want one of the meme names. I want a firm, which is my expensive, not making money yet. And then Nikola, just because it was up 11%. And there were levels that I liked. That's the well I'm going to go back to. But we've bounced off 14.4 in the NASDAQ. Worth mentioning, 14.4 was that resistance in the afternoon that we had. 14.4 and then 440 in the futures as well in the ES. So some big levels coming in the other way, holding support. If that breaks, things could get very spicy to the downside if we break 4,400 again and can't hold 14.4 in the NASDAQ.
Yeah, we were a little silly there. Microsoft, and again, you start to violate your rules for absolutely no reason. Microsoft goes right back to this level, this 50 period that we've been using as identifiers to get out, and we don't. So it went all the way, guys, to 303 there, and we're long. Well, we were long. Oh, no, we're still long, sorry. 301.40, so we were long down here. We stared $1.50 in the face and I was like, I should probably take this out, and then all of a sudden, collapse city. So that's why you got to watch out here when you're trading. You have no idea where the stock is going to go in the next couple minutes. So if you are a trader, like a day trader, like we are, anyways, that's something that you got to consider. Like little, micro movements in these stocks can really mean a lot, because like Microsoft was just, as I just said there, 303. Now you're pushing 301. Right? And so that $2, depending on the share size you have, could make or break your day, right? So sometimes you got to sit there, take fills that maybe you don't want to, but again, piece it out. That's really the thing, and I'm going to try to do that now on the upside. If this just rips, into the 90s, we'll take another. There it is. Yes, we'll take another piece out right there and ring the register a little bit on this softy trade. As ding ding, we have enough bullets now that if it rips up, we can afford to do this. So let's start to take pieces out here on the way back up. First target area like 302.60 or so. If we can get that, then that would be a monster trade. That would be $1.30 in the money, and then we'll see if it can go back upside. But look what we've done to softy today. It's just been like beating this thing down all day, man. Like this long, 298 out, 303.50. So that's $5 right there. That's the only trade we made when the number came out, and now we're in another one. So, ooh, how high did that go right there? See, 202.38 right there. We're at 202.50. So sometimes you miss it by a couple pennies, and now you're paying the price by $1. Very, very interesting here. This market is wild.
Yeah, and Netflix, I see, look, people throw names out in the chat. Now sitting pretty comfortably in the names that we got, so I can calm down just a little bit. The crazy thing, in that whipsaw action, you'd see size come in to levels where there's liquidity. Like spreads would open up, and then size jumps in, and if it's a price you like, you kind of want to act on it pretty quickly. So that's what I saw at a firm at 60. But yeah, Netflix here actually took out several times. It looks like it took out the morning low, and now it's barcoding off that bottom. But going right back to the futures, like the reason why, it's like, don't panic necessarily yet, but this is at 14.4. Like we just bounced off this again, and this is 4,400. Like we're managing to hold the range here, at least, and hold the line in the futures. So I know it seems crazy, but we're back to 2% up on the NASDAQ. If it bounces and then we go range bound for the rest of the day, like we're still, like I mean, Tesla, we get the report on Tesla, we get Apple tomorrow. Like, okay, I'm hoping you hold these levels for overall because I want the markets to go up. Obviously, I'm betting on some shorts that'll come in. But you're still getting major earnings that are coming. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a gigantic move here. I still expect Tesla to seriously move the markets one way or the other. It should be the most volatile of the big earnings to come through, and you still have Apple as well. So it wouldn't terribly surprise me, even if we broke these bottoms, that you didn't get too far past some of the morning lows. It would not shock me whatsoever.
Yeah, we just got out there, so we flushed down our last little trade there on Microsoft, 301.29. I mean, we probably shouldn't have put that there, 301 break, but it does break it, and we get out. Remember what we were talking about? If it fades back down, then we would take it. So that sucks because there it goes, ripping right back up side on Microsoft. So we're going to have to watch out for that name. And yeah, this has been a good one, man, so far. Piecier trades out. Look at Intel. We can look at that again. Oh, damn you, Microsoft. That sucks.
Where is it?
It's not doing anything, 52 bucks. But we had Intel earlier on today, so I did want to look at this. This is one of my more profitable names today off that dip buy straight to the upside. You could see some kind of consolidation. Look at that bouncing off 52 right now for Intel. So let's go long on Intel, see if we can get a little bit of a catch here as, you know what? I mean, I don't know. Do we really want to go long? I mean, the futures right now are below. We're not going anywhere. We had that nice move upside. Maybe if the futures could take out a level like this on the Qs, then we can look at that. Let's have a quick look on the triple Qs. Maybe we'll just go long the market here instead of trying to play these games with individual stocks. The Qs is going to look the same. So let's just call this up. Here it is. Yeah, this is why I don't trade it. Look at all these. Well, that's not why I don't trade it, but what is this level? Yeah, so 352.70 on the Qs. Let's go long.
Yeah, so I just got out of firm. You can see this is why I wanted to scalp some out down in the VWAP, because now you're broken 60s, and if I'm going to play it again, it's got to be up at the next level. So that's going to be 61 and then 62. So it's not a reload situation. You let it spike into the higher range, and then get a little bit of a consolidation, and then I'll try to jump back into it. Like, we're just whipsaw action. I just talked about how I didn't think that we're necessarily going to break some of those lows. We just bounced off it, and now if we're going to hold the range, pick the names and be careful about which ones you like, but look for some of the reversals to come in the other direction. And Groupon, by the way, I mean, like, this thing is, like, it's just motoring. It's right back at the high. So the high of the day, this is it, like 28.40, right back at the high of the day. You know, if I see a wick like that, I mean, it's parabolic. There's a defined level at the top at 28.50. Oh, come on, you throwing off. Where am I on the offer? 24s? Yeah, so I'm offering 24s in front of this 25. If I can catch the fill, I'm giving it to 50s, but I don't want to chase it too far. I just feel like I'll be chasing it forever if I do that. Give me a break.
Look at Microsoft now. Oh, like, this is ridiculous. We just got out at 301 here, and Microsoft's all the way at freaking 302 right now. This is the frustrating part about trading this stuff, right? Is that you get stopped out, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, we're completely right. It goes right back up there, right where we were waiting. This should be like a $2 winner, and unfortunately we tapped it out there at 301 just because we were scared that it was going to go to 300. Like, it's just stupid. And then again, sometimes you get carried away and you make those trades. But anyways, still profitable. Just this is that last drop. It just sucks because it is, you know, trying to top that off. And then you want to know what else kind of sucks? Remember what I just said on the Qs? Let's take this break right here. Well, it just ripped when we mentioned that. So that was another missed opportunity on the triple Qs there. So we're 100% right, but it doesn't seem like anything's coming through right now for us. Does this market want to stay high? We'll find out. I'm going to buy some Roblox here.
These spreads are crazy, man. Like, you can't, like, it's crazy. Like, you can't even get fill sometimes. Like, yeah, I was just trying to get short on Groupon there, and nothing. Like, it's just, you got to hit the bid. I guess I got to hit the bid. It just comes down to that. I should have hit the bid. And Affirm here, that's starting to curl around. That's close enough to 61. So if I can catch something, and again, the size just shows up at like 83, right? So I jump in front of that by like 10 cents, or well, in front of 75s, get some 74s as it's on the way up there. Maybe that's the way you got to do it. Like, you got to actually have some strength if you're going to play into the move. And if it puts the reversal in, then the level I'm using is simply 61. Like, just like it was before, I'm thinking curl, scalp out, and then if it breaks 61, I'm thinking about the high of the day. So, I mean, there it goes. Like, that was real fast, breaking to the top there. And of course, my stop doesn't fill, so I'll just get out manually. But that's Affirm. You're gonna keep it really tight on these trades. Like, it's just, I don't feel the need to get whipped in and out. Like, I'd rather not throw away profit from here by digging into that trade. I'll just rinse and repeat back up at the highs of the day. And I want to check back in on Tesla, because if that were to get back towards that top, like that 85 to 87 area, certainly that would be interesting. Of course, as I check back on it, nowhere even close. Like, it's crazy. Like, it just bounced off VWAP and didn't even get to where I was taking profit on the short. So I probably didn't get greedy enough with Tesla. And I said, expect moves to be a little bit bigger. I'm not sure I expected it to be big enough on Tesla.
Yeah, I made the same mistake again. I mean, we went long Roblox and it went right up in the money. Again, 30 cents, but 30 cents on Roblox isn't that much. But look where it bounces off again, our spot. So we do have to, I'm going to put an offer there, take something out, at least cash something out on Roblox if it comes back near 50. We did take a new long on that one. I mean, I could always look at Microsoft. It's the same name over and over again for me because it's been a good one. But what about DraftKings? You know, we went long initially, cashed it out, and then it dumped. What a great, and this is what I mean. You get carried away looking at these things, but look where it came right back into levels that we like. We like these levels down here with DraftKings. So, I mean, it's hard for me to go long now after I just saw this thing rip up 50 cents in the level that we should have been long on. So, you know, that area of concern down there for me. We should have had that, and obviously there's nothing we can do. Tesla at 970 right now. SoFi at 1350 is another name you guys might want to look at. And then what about AMD? Here, let's have a quick look at AMD on the board, and we'll have a quick look to see where it's going. We are I mean, a lot of these names are going to be at this 50 period. We've taken out VWAP. We've been as low as 113. Actually, not super violent right now. This is 113.40 bottom, 115 top. That's only $1.50. That's not too bad for AMD. We've seen it make, you know, more drastic moves like that in the first thing in the morning. So what is this level? I think this is a good long here. 114.95. As long as we stay above this 50 period or this 50 period on the NASDAQ, I don't mind this long at all. So where are we? 114.80. I think that's a good position here. What's that bottom? 114.20. Yeah, let's just try a long here on AMD and see if it can hold. But okay, here comes the market crashing. So no, I was just about to do that there. But again, I almost think like we need to take out these levels, 115.10 above the 50 period. But like I said, just look at that. I mean, it just cracked down 40 cents there, back down to these levels. I think this is probably worth a shot at VWAP. So let's take it right, there it comes right back up. We'll take this shot down here. I don't even know if my charts are working. This 1 minute candle is like 80 cents and not even filling here. So we'll take a shot on AMD. We should have already. What's up, Brendo?
Just watching Fed Chair Powell taking the podium, guys. So heads up. The press conference has begun.
Dun, dun, dun. So we'll see what happens now as the press conference has begun, Neil. So get ready to rock and roll. We're still going to take a long on AMD, but we're going to respect some of these bottoms.
Yeah, I think that's why for myself, like I was about to jump back into a firm. I'm going to stick with Nikola. I think that might be a different beast. So, you know, just make sure you can watch the market, you can watch the ranges and listen closely if you can, and then maybe even tune in. We'll bring you anything that's significant, obviously, as I know Brendan's going to be all over it, but you know, I'm just going to stick to what is working based off the levels previous and might not be as affected. And that to me is going to be a Nikola. This would be GameStop if it had actually gone to that level. The short would have worked at any point up there, but it had to be the high of the day, and I never got that. So I'm going to hang on to this Nikola trade. I'd reload it if I could, but I'm backing off of a firm for now because, you know, a couple of words one way or the other, especially when it comes to like the bond purchasing and maybe he backs off of what seemed like a bullish statement with regards to I guess slowing down their purchases and eventually decreasing the balance sheet. So, you know, if he backs off that even a little bit in the Q&A, you could see the market turn again and maybe break those bottoms.
Yeah, I think that's very, very important to note for sure. As we're looking at this one, I think AMD's been pretty strong today. You're up that 3%, a little more aggressive than the market. So here we go. We are now long AMD 114.37. I am nervous about him talking. So don't, you know, Neil's 100% right. You don't want to have a lot of liquidity, or sorry, a lot of shares on, even though liquidity is great right now. It's just the levels are very, and what I mean by liquidity, you can use as many shares as you want, but the prices are very, very, I don't want to say volatile, but they're not very sticky. They're just up and down. It doesn't look like key levels are going to come into play now. Watch out for the futures. Watch out for everything. We will take this out if it comes back up to 114.80 here on AMD, and we are going to average into this as well. So 114, oops, not 144, 114.80 or so we'll get out of a piece, and then we'll see if that wants to make its way higher, then great. We'll still have a piece on, and we are averaging in if it does come down here, but I want to respect this level around here, Even 113, I want to try to respect. I mean, I don't want to get clocked out, obviously, of this trade, but if it happens, it happens. But for AMD, here it comes down to the downside. I'm going to put another bid, but the bid's going to be somewhere around here, like 113.60 or something. So again, trying to give this one about $1 worth of room. We do understand that there are these bottoms down here at 113, so got to respect some of those positions and see where we go. We're 1 or 2 comments away from this market either ripping or tanking. So, again, I'm not going to give back my day. We're just going to try to do what we're doing and trade off of key levels. If they don't work, they don't work. Yeah,
GameStop just rolled over. I mean, someone was asking why they were like, "Why don't you trade costs?" These like I get it. Like that's probably even lower hanging fruit if that's going to spike up. But it's got no volume. Like its liquidity spread was 10 cents a second ago, 5 cents. Look at it doing nothing and no volume. Obviously, it would have worked shorting off 10. I get that, and I put that in the chat, and I will definitely acknowledge it because in the past, I've gone over to that name when there's a squeeze happening. We're right back to 110. This is where we were when we left the morning show. And I was shorting off of that 110 level. It was actually pretty good. Got $1.50 just after we came off air. And then it broke out. I wish I had actually held on to that reversal long, but I did not. And now we're right back below 110. I just can't in good conscience chase this. I can try to get back. It looks like we're rolling back over, so I might try to get back into something like an Affirm if I can at this point. That just turned. And again, I could have actually jumped back into this trade, but the Q&A was starting, and it felt like the right decision to back off a little bit, and clearly that's going to end up being wrong because now I'm sitting here with just Nikola, and that's going to break down. I'm not covering this until it gets at least a VWAP, but yeah, I might have missed out a little bit on some of those shorts because I wanted to back off for a sec.
Yeah, okay, and I think I'm doing the same thing, but opposite. I'm long right now, and we're sort of just absorbing some of these hits because we do have our outs, and honestly, we expect this kind of a trade. So, you average in, you take your profits, and you take your lumps when they do come, but with that being said, I was just at 66.60 here. I don't mind. We've already crushed Roblox today, right? Roblox was a great trade. We already went long down here, 66.50, and we were able to get it out all the way up here, so that was a good trade. We lost on it there, but we are going to give back what we've made a little bit here. But let's just see what happens. Roblox, we're trying to buy this dip, and then I just don't think we break the low of the day here. So let's see if we do that, breaking back down through 66. We got to give this some room. So we're going to average into some Roblox. If we can get it long back down here, we'll try it one more time against that bottom, knowing that full well that right here, the market has completely turned, right? I mean, 2 o'clock is right when this market started going, and that's right here. We are now, I will say significantly, to be honest with you, significantly below that level, now trying to retest some of the day's lows. So although we were excited on that initial release, we're going to have to wait to see where we go from here on that. But hey, the people's trader is not going to stop us from trading. So we're going to wait to see where we go. And we're going to average into AMD, which we've just done. We got a nice little bid down there well, it was nice, at 40. And you see what just happens? It was just at 80, and then it just went right down to 40 right there, just like that. So again, we're losing on these positions, but we've kind of got a plan of action here. Let's see if we take out these bottoms, 112.50. I'll die on both of these longs. They're not big positions. I just feel like, this market has some steam to it. Let's just see if we can get it going to the upside here.
It's the same thing that happened the first time down on Affirm. Like when I try to get back in, establishing the 60 level, I try to get in when it breaks 60. I mean, I crossed to 59.84. So I thought that was a decent enough amount. Did not get it. I figured if it goes to the next level, I'd put the same trade on in front of 60 all the way down to like 59.25, maybe even to VWAP, and I'm not even going to get it. We're now at $8 on Nikola, so I'm just going to hang on. Actually, I'm canceling my bid at VWAP on Nikola because if it breaks VWAP, I want to make sure I'm still in something. Like Tesla, let's look. I mean, Tesla's pulled back again, about to VWAP. I just showed you Affirm. Oh my God, GME. Like, you've got to be kidding me.
I just looked at AMC myself, and I want to throw up, so. Look at AMC, guys. Short. Look at AMC. I was short this. You were looking at the short. We were short this name, and it just tanked. We made, look, let's just we're smoking on that one. So it was a good trade. Let's not get that twisted up. So the money bags are there, but I mean, we would have been really able to fill these up if we would have held on to that short right there. So yeah, good call on GME, Neil. And then also, I mean, look at that. We had that AMC for you. Hopefully you're able to make some money. Come on, AMD. You got this one. We're right back to flat now on AMD. We are going to respect that 114.20 or so area and get something out if we can. What's up, Brendo?
Just quickly, guys, one comment kind of catching everyone's eye, it would appear. We have not made a decision on timing and the pace of shrinking the balance sheet, which kind of contradicts what the initial statement said, but that's coming from Powell right now.
You're not going to believe this. I was at 114.15 and thank you.
Insane.
Okay, good move there. Yeah, we were at 114. We were right at VWAP there. It stopped and then dropped. All right, let's go. AMD, we got a big one on right now again for you. So there we go. We told you the People's Trader would trust this move. So here it is, back up to the upside. There's another out for us on AMD. Yes, sir. A nice little $1.50 right there on AMD as it starts ripping back up to the upside. Sometimes you got to believe in it. Like I say, we're here for you. And there it is, right back up to the upside goes AMD. Good trade for me, guys. We're right back to day's high. Hallelujah.
Yeah, like I said, whipsaw action. Like I'm not forcing anything around here. Like either you get the trade I want, like I tried 60s, I tried 61s. I'm gonna go back to the well at 60 on. I just can't anticipate if we're going to keep doing this over and over again, bottom to top, then you want to make sure you're trading off of these levels. Now, I might give it an extra 10 or 15 cents if I get a better price, but I'm not going to go too crazy on it. And if I get out here and stop out on the front, I'm going to go right back to the well up at the top. I haven't gravitated towards taking the long, but I also haven't traded a name that I believe is worthy of it. Like I'm sticking to one direction and in names that I think are going to be overall biased into that direction because I feel like that's the safer thing to do. And if GameStop gets even any higher, I might take a retracement trade on that one as well. I'm also going to reload into Nikola for sure. If that gets back up to that 820 level, that's going to be a reload for me once again.
I mean, we're pretty happy. Fire out some hot dogs. Why not? There it is. Nice little move to the upside here for AMD, guys. We're not counting pennies. We're counting dollars on this trade. It's up $1.50 right now and still trying to make some moves. Whoop, watch out. Could you look at this, Rob? My mouse is stuck on something here, please. I don't know what's going on, but just at that bottom there. I just don't want to rip anything out as Rob comes flying in. I'll just hold it there for you. I have no idea what's going on. But okay, so I can't right now with, okay. That's better. Yeah, thanks, Rob. That's good. All right, so we were just putting... See, live trading. Thanks. No, I think it's okay, Rob, if you think it's fine. Yeah, so right now, that's what happens live on the show. Thanks, Rob, for that. You know, we have a great team here. So even when we have technical difficulties as far as, I guess, physical difficulties with said mice, he's there to fix it. So thank you, Rob. All right, so we were just looking at this trade for AMD. And again, we are looking a gift horse in the mouth to steal one from the man over there. I just, you know, I thought we had a chance to rip upside there and keep on going. We do take that one fill. Look at these outs. It's a good trade for me. Even if you include those as a wash, then right there, that's $1.50. So hopefully we can continue to hold this and go back up to the upside. But for right now, it is what it is. We are looking at our Roblox. Roblox does not go back past our first initial entry, right? So as you could see, AMD did go past our first initial entry easily. Roblox does not do that. So I'm going to wait. I'm not going to get out of Roblox. Maybe it's a late bloomer here, but now that I see this, it's not as aggressive to the long side here. We have to watch out for Roblox, but I am respecting some of these levels now. This name could go down. If we break through 67, we're going to be gone on Roblox. We were going to defend it all the way to 66, but not when this, it doesn't look like it's going to give me $1 back. It doesn't look like that. I mean, how hard is it going to have to go to get back to 69, right? So I'm only going to give this to 68, and I'm done averaging in on Roblox. If it breaks through 66, 67, sorry, we're gone. It just looks weak, so we don't need to be in this one.
Yeah, a name I forgot about there. SRRA is going to get to that 30. Well, okay, it's almost at that $30 level. If you remember this from yesterday, that's real, this wick up here in the morning. $30 in the pre-market. It took an absolute dive. 26 established as a level. We shorted it 3 times yesterday, successfully off 26. Today I tried the same level and lost. I then was in this one to mixed result, basically close to flat trades down here off of the 27.5. But 30 is a big monstrous level for this stock that I got to be able to challenge. I got, like I said, I'd short the spike in GameStop if I got into it. So SRRA is probably going to pop on the radar. I'm going to move a firm away for now and go to SRRA. Like I said, GameStop was the other I would get into. So I did, still a 15-minute chart. So I did roll into it after that spike up. And this is a crazy thing about these moves. Like it broke 110. You know, it didn't go up like 5 or 10 cents for a failed break. It actually went up to 111 and jammed back down. Like it's just things, you're opening up the ranges here, right? Like a failed break, in this case, was like a buck. So, I mean, obviously, it went down to 107 here, which does give you halfway, makes it about 108.50, which I'm just basically sitting halfway in the middle of this range and wanted to take that out. And I'll take some out at the bottom if I can get it. I just got a little bit more aggressive. So I wasn't getting the fill. I cancel my bid, and then all of a sudden the offer is at the price I want. You hit the offer. Like it's stupid what I'm actually seeing overall. And then I'll get the rest out here at that low of the day. So scalping within the range, it's been working, sticking to the names that make sense. Like you're not seeing random names long by Sean, or you're not seeing random names short by myself. It's just you've got to figure out which ones it's going to be safer to play the direction. And I just can't bring myself to play both ways here. I think focusing on which direction I want to go and which set of stocks is going to make the most sense, because we're all over the place in this market. And I know it's moving very fast, but what's actually happening in the NASDAQ, let's keep in mind, is we broke the top, failed back in, held a morning support, and we've just been going back and forth. That's why I have a 60-minute up here, and I'm showing you guys, but what it looks like on my 15-minute is basically this. On my 15, it's just like same whipsaw action on the other end. Like you're just going back and forth. So you can play both sides of the range. I'm going to try not doing that. I think you just got to stick to the plan. Pick one or two names and pick one direction and then play off the levels.
Yeah, so right now we are, and we just did the same thing again. We're just picking the same level on AMD, so we are on the same page here with what we're trying to do, and then just trying to scalp some of this out right now. So we'll see where we go from here, but yeah, we're going to wait for some more information on what exactly the Fed is talking about. And right there on cue, what's up, Brendan?
Yeah, there's a couple of interesting comments, guys. He's talking about there being plenty of room. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but he's talking about there being plenty of room to raise rates, and there's also plenty of room for growth in employment still. The other note was he did not rule out raising rates at every single meeting coming up this year, which is a lot, which would be way more than anyone was talking about.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we just had the turn. Again, it comes quickly, man.
I was going to say, like, what is going on here? That market just tanked.
That's why we broke the low. And again, I thank you, Brendan, for bringing that. That's what it's all about here. And I think that realistically, Sean and I get the ability to lean on Brendan for that. So that's a huge advantage that you guys get to take advantage of as well. But I got out in the range on GameStop. Maybe I should have held it, but Nikola just broke 8. I'm holding on to that.
Everything's breaking
and
now.
Everything's breaking down. I think I just heard Prad yell this name, Moderna, which I tried shorting in the morning. I never came back to this one. That just fell off an absolute cliff. I bet you if I look at a firm, I'm not going to like what I see. No, I'm not going to. Like we said, it got the win on GameStop. It didn't hold, but Nikola I'm holding for dear life. Tesla's holding VWAP right now. It's a little bit surprising to me that we're going to break the low. Tesla reports earnings, and it's actually holding up above 960. So I'm not sure what to make of that. If this breaks, if this breaks VWAP, Nikola's going to like 760 or 775 for sure.
Yeah, these futures are puking. Now we're going to get stopped out of this one for sure. Most likely. Does that even make sense? We're well below. There it is. We just tried that risk there, getting out at 112. You can see like the 112 break gets me out, and I get out at 05 right there. So yeah, there's no point now. We are well below. We've taken a couple shots on the longs, and they just didn't work out. So that is that, man, for the longs. We've done fine in this move, but it's just nothing printing right now long. You can see the market's going to give it back. We may go red here. So we may go red in the market, man. ETFs spitting right now. Maybe we can find out with AAPL right there. We can find out what's going on. But yeah, everything's getting cranked.
Yeah, I'm trying to find strength somewhere. Boeing obviously had bad news, so they're going to get absolutely punked today. Did we check the banks yet? Of course, on my list, it's going to be Morgan. Load up. Just whatever.
What are the banks doing?
No, it didn't matter. Like Morgan just pulled back, and it just bounced off of 100, but it just pulled back 1.5% from its highs. So I'm not really seeing anything that's holding up at this point. We're about to break VWAP on Tesla. That actually just went through. So like I said, bid canceled. I just keep moving my bids. I was trading in this range in Nikola, and all I do now is don't need that offer. I'm not going to get filled. I just keep moving my bids back. I was bidding in front of 8. I canceled it. I was bidding in front of VWAP. I've canceled that. I was bidding in front of 780. I'm now bidding in front of 760 at 765. Like I actually think if we're going to reverse all of this, I mean, I guess 14.1 on the NQ would be the level that you kind of hope that we can bounce off of here. But yeah, it looks like we're going the other direction. At some point, you know who will stop speaking, and maybe that's when we catch a bid.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably, though.
That's what I'm thinking, too. But for right now, I mean, whatever. Roblox has been fine. We're going to be up. Well, we'll see if we're going to be up on the name or not. But right now, we did take that short, breaking through that low of the day right there, and then just cashed it in for 40 cents, 60 cents right there. Now it's 80 cents. Well, was there 70 cents in the money? We'll see. 80 cents would be a break of 65. Would be now it's 80 cents now. We'll see if we could break back down through 65. As right now the market just see you later. What's going on over there, Rob? What do you guys got planned over there? I have no idea what these guys are doing again, but they're doing something.
They got something,
which is fine. We want the comedic side of things here. So
yes.
Yeah, keep it light, Rob, and that's good. As I once again have an eyelash in my eye. But okay, whoa! I didn't even realize this. Yeah, do you know where Softy is?
290s.
Yeah, 296. So this is wow. I did not expect this right now for Softy. This might be a buy. I think I have to try this at Microsoft 296. I have to buy this.
This is crazy. I'm just like, I'm double checking because I'm surprised by that. But 95, yesterday's high. That's a good stop level. 295 on Softy. And of course, you also have the cover of that 14.1 on the NASDAQ as well. So I like 295 as an out myself, but that's crazy. I thought we were still up at 98.
Yeah, samesies. Okay, so here we go. We are long now, Softy. Let's see where we go from here. I mean, no idea what's going to happen. We are now $1 in the money, though, on that trade. And there it is again, man. Mamma mia, no pineapples on this pizza. As we going $1.30 now in the money on Microsoft. And there it is, man. This is why we get elevated, boys and girls. We take the trades, we identify the stocks, we go right back to Mr. Softy, and there it is, a nice little $1.20 in the money that I did not take. But here we go, still moving to the upside, goes Softy. Where is that? Where did we stop there? Did we really go to 298 there? I don't know. Microsoft, it did. Okay.
I saw 98.5 on the offer for a split second.
So I should have. Yeah, we definitely would have wanted that one. 298.5. Okay. Well, that would have been a monster trade. Okay, look at Roblox right now too. $1.20 now in the money as Roblox cranking lower, right into yesterday's lows as well. 64.50 here for Roblox. That's unbelievable. I think we should take this out for Roblox right now. Put the dollar in our pocket, guys.
Yeah, that little turn in the market, like it bounced off on Microsoft, but nothing else seemed to bounce there. So it's a little bit strange. I think it was just more of like a technical bounce because I looked over and like Tesla was still breaking 950 at that moment. My Nikola was still working with it. I couldn't find anything that was making that same bounce.
I'll take it. Bang!
I would be taking a profit. Nothing else is bouncing.
There it is. We take that right now on Softy. We take that smooth $1.20 or whatever it was, and now it rips right to the upside, but whatever. We will take that on Softy. We also take that dollar there on Roblox, or dollar change on Roblox as that goes all the way back up. We maybe get out a little too early there on Softy as we rip all the way back upside. But look at this trade, man. I mean, when we're losing 30 cents, guys. When we're winning, I have the bottom of the day on Softy. Temporary, could come back in right there. 296.30 we had on Softy, and I dumped it. But we dumped it at 297.80. So far, so good. It's right back down. So who knows, man? This is a volatile market, but we're pretty happy, obviously, as you can tell by the way we're trading. Brendan, what's up, bud?
Just quickly, confirming what everyone already knows. From Powell, the committee is of a mind to raise rates at the March meeting. So again, confirming what everyone knows.
It is paying attention. Like if you aren't following along somewhere else, Brendan, like we said, is going to give you that juice. I've gone from slowly pulling my bids back to now saying if we get back above VWAP and hold for any stretch of time, I'm just going to get out of this trade. It's not about taking profits. The only time I even tried along was just there, like identifying, and it came close enough, but I couldn't find an out that I liked better than 95. And it was a little far away from me on Microsoft. That's why I didn't jam into it. But I think this might be time, if we're going to hold that level in the futures, to maybe get out of some of these shorts and reevaluate the next level. It's been good riding them to the downside. The same way you've been able to catch bounces, you've been able to go fades as well. But I'm not going to hold on for dear life. We're not even at power hour yet. It is 2:52. Like we actually have 8 minutes until we get to power hour. So a lot has already been packed in here. I think even more is still yet to come, including earnings from Tesla, which is holding those lows. But the only reason I haven't taken profit yet is that if we get back below 950 on Tesla, I still think Nikola is going to flush.
Trying to just recoup. Actually, I'm a little I'm not disappointed, but I thought it was way later than 3 o'clock. With all the action that's been popping off right now, that Microsoft trade really, we stick our neck out there and you put some money on. And I know there's a lot of people on the chat there that talked about taking that smooth dollars. So congratulations to you guys on that one, because it was a good trade, and we'll just continue to watch it as Microsoft back up to $2.99. Wow, that one just keeps on going through. Unbelievable. A quick little check on crypto for you before we get right back to the market. I am still bidding lower here for Microsoft in case it does come back. You may see me get into that one. Just a quick update. Let's do a refresh on this to see what's happening in the crypto markets. I'm not going to call up any charts for you guys, but 37.8, 37.9, let's call it that for Bitcoin. A nice little move right now. Back up. Cardano 113. That's good. Solana. These prices still aren't crazy, man. They're pretty much in line with what we've been seeing the last couple of days. I can't drink that water too fast. The last couple of days there. But yeah, that's just a quick check. I just want to make a quick check here because a lot of you are holding some crypto, but it doesn't seem like it wants to do much. Ethereum did rip to about 27, I believe, and right now it's just chilling. So 25.8 right now on crypto, and that's just what we're on Ethereum. So that's sort of what's good right there. But oh man, I'm pretty exhausted here. We still have an hour 7 to go. I might need to tap out and pull Pratt in here.
There's still plenty to go, and overall, you got to figure Tesla's going to factor into it. Like, that is the major earnings. There's other earnings on the board, and we'll get to them maybe a little bit closer to the close. But Tesla is the big one. And like I said, like it felt like there had to be some profit taking. We've respected the lows at least for now. But if we hold below this VWAP, it's going to get pretty spicy. Expect some fireworks on imbalances too, but we're a long ways away from that. We're definitely going to have to consider, whether you want to be in position at 350. I'm going to choose to not be pretty much across the board and look to be able to make some fades in either direction. Like kind of wherever we spike at 350, there might be some fades to be able to have. Like you spike up, you can fade off a key level, let's just say, or you spike down, you can buy off a key level like the low of the day or something like that on a Tesla. I've decided I'm going to use my proxy here of Tesla and once again change my mind to hold nickel even further as we are not bouncing back above VWAP on Tesla. We get back up to like 960, I'll reassess that decision. But if there's any chance that this is headed towards the low, then I want to make sure I'm holding the one thing I actually still have, which is short the top, and that's going to be on nickel. I should have found a way back into Tesla. It's pretty inexcusable. It gave me the same price. I should have just gone right back to the well. This is exactly when I was going over into a firm, so I know what I was doing wrong, which is when I said focus on a few names, I should have just focused on one, and that one right at the moment should have been Tesla.
Yeah. Man, market's starting to fade in. I like that. Oh, you know what? Now that you mentioned Tesla, let's go over to Rivian quickly. We already paid for the shorts earlier this morning when we had this short right there at $64 and cashed. We cashed out of that nicely, guys. Then we went short again and cashed out a little bit. And then it started to rip up as Rivian. And this was the bull thesis I gave for Rivian. They're now on track to make a whopping 200 cars a week. Anyways, I think that's good. It sparked them upside. You got some volume into there, but 200 cars a week, man. We saw that Tesla plant pumping out one every 30 seconds in China. But whatever, we'll see what happens here. It's just a production issue. We've talked about that. I like Rivian. I like the car. I like Lucid. I like all these names. It's just I don't know how they compete with Fords and GMs and Teslas and Volkswagens and everybody that's already have their plants up and running and just getting ready to crush the market. Like if you can take out, what's that Porsche, electric Porsche? One of our friends has it. What's it called? Taycan, that's right. Yeah. And that's a pretty smooth ride, he tells us. And it's like, if you see the Porsche Taycan, you may like that as well, and then not wait for a Lucid Dream or whatever. So, and I know there's different pricing things in there, and all of us. But Ford's going to come with, they already have the Mach-E Mustang, so on and so forth. But okay, Rivian, just a little talk there. I want to short something that's near here. The market is not a long right now, in my opinion, guys. We're below the 50-period moving average. Maybe we can fire off. Why don't you fire off a message to Arun? Right? Do you have his thing there, Rob?
I got him.
Yeah, why don't we find out if Arun wants to come on? Neil will do that, and that way we can talk to him a little bit about the futures. I know he's busy, and I know he's probably trading and looking to put on a trade, but maybe he can come on for quickly there for that. So Neil will message him, and we'll see if we can get Arun on to talk a little bit. Yeah, Taycan, there it is right there. So let's go. I don't know what we're going to do, but if the Qs have to break this level, so let's go over to the Qs quickly. I don't want to look at a stock because I want to watch the market right now. Very, very volatile, as you can see right here. I think we should take take this level here, 3, 4. I mean, it's, I guess,
Yeah, I mean,
349. Go ahead.
Before the market's starting to come back and make another leg down, and now we're below VWAP. Bottom of the first move on a firm was 58.60.
The problem.
And then it just held resistance at 58.50. So if I can take this, I'm going to jump into this, and I'm just sticking to the same names. Like I'm going right back to over to a firm. Maybe give it some room like I did GameStop. So this will actually I'll give to 58.60 or so, and then I don't want to be taking profits till I'm making more than 50 pennies, which will be probably in the low 57 range. So going to get a bit out there just to make sure we're taking profit. This will be eerily similar, hopefully, to what GameStop did. Maybe that's a little too aggressive. It'll be hopefully eerily similar to what GameStop did when we took that rollover. And again, it's not about chasing the stock, but it's about playing the direction of the move here and just waiting for the curl to actually happen and then go with the one direction. And that's the direction I picked. Like I've been in and out pretty quick, like 3 or 4 times on a firm and then heading back over. We had some Nikola as well. We had Tesla. And I probably should have made the trade on SRRA now that now that a firm's sort of sliding to the downside, I can move over here to SRRA, that Sierra stock, because like that level, that 30 level was key, and that wick reversal is pretty awesome there, and it even gave you a lower consolidation off 29. So I'm kind of kicking myself that we didn't go over to this name, but the real reason is you've got to focus on only a few things. We're still pretty range bound, and I keep coming back to those futures. So unless we get 29s, I'm not going to jump into it. And when I say I keep coming back to the future, like we bounced off, I thought 14.1. We bounced off 14.2. So like respecting those 100 points and then bouncing back to the upside. So unless we're going to be breaking out at 14.3, I'll still stay going to the short side of the trade. That's what feels like works a little bit. Yeah, so like I just talked to Arun. Like he gave a couple of levels here. Like he's saying, and he's gonna be talking about the ES. He just says he can't come on right now, but he's looking potential shorts in the 80s with a stop around 44 even to 44.05, right? So he's basically looking short off these previous lows. I'll zoom in on my 60-minute here. Off of this previous low, which is the previous low from this morning, short here, with stops around 4,400 to 05. So he's leaning short side, but using the previous day low as his entry point with about 20 to 25 points worth of risk.
Okay, so thanks, Arun, if you're watching, thank you for that. And I know I put you on the spot a little bit there, but good response anyways, man. That's all we were looking for. So thanks, Arun, for that one. Miss V is going to be on vacation. I don't know if it's not next week, it's the week after. And Arun will be filling in. So we'll have him in the building for a week or two, which should be really nice. So I want to short, I mean, I know you're in and out of Tesla already. I want to short it against this 960, give it back to this like 962. It's already down to 949. But again, if the market does pop, I'm trying to find some shorts. Go ahead, you want to hit something?
It's like, well, I was going to hit one, but I'm like, I don't know what is this? Do not get run over by the bus. It's a
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. This is the first one I can hit. I don't know why we have.
Thank God there's no like blood on that or anything.
But a firm is a firm is getting run over if you're trying to catch along on this bad boy. And it's just like the same. This is exactly the same trade as GameStop, but I'm going to extend the bid. Like I'm going to be bidding now in front of 56, just thinking we can start to take out some of these lows. Like GameStop broke VWAP. And I missed the top while I was trying to get shorts in a firm, and it gave you that look. And I stayed inside of the range, and I watched it extend further down. This time in a firm, I'm going to flip the script, can't not get the bid out in front of the range, take the curl, and then now wait for a 56 bottom. So I'm trying to take a couple of bucks on this trade in a firm, which is working out pretty nicely. And then my proxy, which is Tesla, you might see that we're now 40 cents in the money on that nickel short off the 8-quarter. Tesla holds VWAP, breaks down at 960. It's headed right down towards, this wick is stupid, but these 940 bottoms. So, if we bounce off the low of the day on Tesla, then that's going to be me getting out of Nikola. So I'm watching these two lock in step, just making sure that we stay with the trend because the market is really starting to roll over. If you watch enough of these Fed days, it's like the initial move up a lot of times is a bit of a head fake and a trap. And if you can get shorts off those tops, then go for that. If you can find longs on the dip buys, you go for that trade, but do not get chopped in the middle. Play the key levels. That's definitely worked so far. I mean, Tesla now at the low. Oh my goodness, Tesla right immediately at the low of the day. This is where I'm looking. If we're going to bounce off here, I'll get out of Nikola, but we're going to send you guys. Lots happening. We're going to send you to Brennan.
All right, just keeping an eye on some of the comments, guys. The Q&A still underway. There's not anything exciting coming out of it, but I will keep an eye on that. We will take a break. We're going to go back in time and talk a little bit about what happened this morning, because it was a pretty interesting morning. If you joined us in the pre-market, there was a number of opportunities that we were talking about, including, obviously, Microsoft. Sean's going to tell us how he approached Microsoft today.
Mr. Softy was in the building all day today. It was a great trade. We're just going to do a quick review here and then get back to the action. Obviously, on a Fed day, you got to watch your key levels. And we came in today. You can see Microsoft. Not only is it Fed day, but they reported last night, so you get some big time action happening on Microsoft. At one point, it was up 6%. Now only up that 2.25 or 2 3/4 right now. So this is what we did early. Let's just talk about this real quick. We put down here 298. We looked at that. That was the pre-market low. Unfortunately, we'd have to zoom back to see some of those levels, but believe me when I tell you, 298 was a key level yesterday. They came out with guidance late and the stock popped from 270 basically to 300 and never broke 298. So what we wind up doing is just putting a line here and saying, you know what, we're going to defend that 298. If they want to break it, fine, then Microsoft will turn red or it'll turn, really turn to negative, and then we can look at 295 or something like that. But I wanted to be able to hold on to something today on the Microsoft side. So when you're doing that, we always get questions about risk management. You have to have an out, right? And so real early, man, right when the market stops, or opens, sorry, we're not even sure if it's going to get down here. So we just start buying, and then all of a sudden, boom, boom, pops. We're using the 50 period on a 1 minute, which seems to be pretty good for us for a directional change. Maybe not on earnings, we'll reevaluate that, but we just start taking some bids and popping them out. And you might say, well, those aren't big wins, right? But they're actually not too bad. Some of these prices, as I look here, are like 300, 301. So what we're trying to do right now is just defend 300, right? Because we're not at that 298 level yet. So we want to defend 300 right here. So we start buying and start getting some out like 302, 302.50, making that dollar back and forth. There's lots of ways to trade. I prefer when there's a lot of volume and a lot of action that I make multiple entries and exits. That's my style. I'm going to talk about one that we held all the way here, but in the beginning, we just scalped it down. We could see the trend is down, right? This pink all the way down. It doesn't start to turn till about 11 o'clock where momentum goes back up to the upside, and then you're seeing it turn now, and wow, okay, Microsoft down to 295. Good thing we're staying out of the way of that one. But now we defend this 298. Multiple outs, all near 299.50, 300 again, right? So these are multiple dollar wins or pennies, dollars as you go to the upside. Then it gets real spicy. This last time, you see the last trade that we have here at 298, some of the outs are earlier than these ones. Why? Because one time, two times, three times, how many times are we going to test those bottoms? So this was our strategy. Let's get out for 50 cents, 70 cents, and then let's hold the last third of the trade just in case this bottom does hold. So it does exactly that. It holds it. We actually wind up holding this trade from 10:45 all the way to 1 o'clock. So it's a big trade for me. And then that's a long at 298, and that's an out at 303.50 or 303 and change right there. And we get out because, again, the 50 period was up there at that time. So it cracks down below and we wind up getting out. Then all of a sudden, and I'll make this quick because we want to get back to trading, but you can see Fed comes out, we let it settle down, it breaks the day's high right there. I mean, forget about this open, but it breaks the recent day's high there. Let's call it the period high, the afternoon. Takes this out at 304, we go long. Look at some of these outs. Our best out is 305.25, getting it out, taking more money, stacking cash right now, and then it comes back down. We start to defend the 300 area. It works. Those are dollar. Then we lose 30 cents once it takes out 300. Then we tried it one more time. We take the long. We get out there. That's another long right there. It breaks down below 298, guys. We didn't even notice it. We were looking at other stuff. It breaks down below 298. We sit there at 296. Remember where our defense was? 295. You can't see it here because we're not going back that far, but we take that 296. Look at the out, 297.50. Another $1.50. I have no idea how much money per PL I'm up on Microsoft today, but today is a good day on this name. Notice we're not in this name now. Let it fall down, man. We got to find some new levels. We have to zoom back out. We always say, look out, zoom out, look to find some new levels on that one. So we'll see if we can do that on Microsoft. It's your trade of the day, and I'm losing my voice.
Do not try to catch a bid until Powell stops talking. That's the lesson I've learned. I can't believe, I got out of my shorts there. We got the $2 on a firm, so patiently wait for it. We get the $2 on a firm. We'll come back and go back to the others. We'll go to Brennan, but we just broke 920 on Tesla.
Yeah,
Tesla
there's another
flat on the day now. It's given up everything.
There's another comment there, just quickly, guys, from Powell worth mentioning. There's a risk inflation will stay higher for longer than expected. So remember, next week we'll get January CPI data as well. So that's going to be the next kind of peg to watch out for. But again, there's a risk inflation will stay higher longer than expected coming from Powell.
I'm just going to throw something out there, but like at 2:30, like that's when everything started. That's your double top on the Qs. When the Q&A started. I'm just going to throw that out there because Tesla was absolutely tanking. And of course, I covered Rivian at the bottom. Of course, I covered Affirm. But these markets are starting to get out of hand. I covered Nikola, and it just dropped all the way to the low of the day. So I'm now flat. I was holding on to my shorts, and even I couldn't hold them long enough. 55.5 now on Affirm. Tesla, like, motoring on its way down. Whoops, what is that? Yeah, it's Affirm. I meant to go to Tesla there. Tesla motoring down to 900 with earnings coming up. But wow, that leg dropped very, very quickly. I'm not going to step in front of any of these bids until he's off the podium.
Okay. Ooh. I'm not sure. Tesla 950? What happened? I thought I was just playing around. Someone said my sweater needs a Twitter account. I'm not even sure what that means, but maybe we'll set it up. I don't know. You guys like the sweater? I'm changing it up here a little bit for you guys here today. And so far, so good. Sweater, good luck today, the sweater game. Just copying our friends that are already here. I'm like the only one. And I was just telling that to Valeria. She's like, nice sweater. I was like, oh, thanks, Ms. V. And I said I was just trying to step it up to match Neil, Brendan, and Lumberjack Man himself, Justin, with his sweater game. Tight sweater game for Justin, that's for sure on that one. Okay.
Why didn't I short pins? It's like everything. Tesla 900.
I mean, I just sit back down and it's like.
Lucid's at $33.
Come over here for this
Tesla
AMC
900
chart.
I got to.
I mean, that's nice AMC. Like, we were just short 1780, man, on purpose. Like, this was a trade that we liked. Just didn't expect it to crank like this. So, wait a second. This is a long right now. Let's go long on AMC. Like, I'm sitting here, like, talking about this, and I'm not even doing anything. So, what about a long on AMC right now? Wow, AMD is back to 108. There's so many levels right now that need to be bought, in my opinion. What about this AMC? Let's just buy this right now. I don't even need to look at this chart. I think this is a level that we like. We'll buy some 84s or 85s right now. What did we get, 84s there? I don't even know what we got. We got 84.90, so okay, so dark pool print, of course. So we got a mid print. You know my price? I just punched in. You know what it is? 1584.98. So there you go. So even us here sitting on our desks, you know, we still get these crazy prints as well coming through. Let's try to hold this one. I'll do a little bit more work back here to see. Actually, I can just do it right here for you. I just didn't know if Neil just took a trade there, wanted to get on.
I can't believe I'm about to do this, but I'm actually going to go long on GameStop. Like, is that even a thing?
Oh, come on, Neil. I'm just long AMC now.
But like, I pulled up. You
like,
said AMC, GameStop.
What do you mean? Am I going to do it? I mean, I'm already.
It bounced off 100 this morning.
Yeah.
And it broke out actually at 101.80. Like 101.80 was the breakout at 11 o'clock. Right after we ended the show, it started moving, and it's right at that same price. So like for me, like I cannot, without an out, jump into the stock. But when I see that breakout was at 101.80 and I can get long at 102.26, hey, that's great. It's almost like 12.26, which is my birthday. Anyways, I don't know why.
Bing bong.
But 101.80 is my out, and that gives me a level to work off of. And the second I have one, I'm going to pounce on the trade and then quickly get the scalp off here if I can take about $1. It's just like that. I give you $1, but I have to have an out. And once I have an out, then I'm going to jump into the trade and was able to find one on my chart.
Nice. Yeah, bing bong right there. I mean, I called up AMC. Come on. We call up Let's go. We call up AMC and bang right there. We take that. We're here. Nice little trade there for AMC. Hey, why not? We like it so much. Let's take it out again here. Can it get out some 107s? Yes, we can. As we just rip through 107 right there. Look at this trade right there. Bing bong, short. Hello. I just wish we didn't have any of these in between. Then we could go short there, get out, and then reverse to long. A nice win right there, man. That's instantly. Like, you're talking about Neil's going to make dollars, hopefully, on this. I mean, and it's
I'm already out, man. I'm not. not holding this into the oblivion. Like, I'm taking $2 and running away.
Yeah, that's fine. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to hold the rest of this on AMC as we continue to now go back up to the upside. I mean, I don't have crazy targets. If we can get somewhere back into here, we'll take another trade around 20 if we can get that. This could still fall back in. So we're out of 40%. Maybe we'll take out one more piece here as the market's still short. Like, I still don't think that this market's a long. I mean, we need to get back up, at least up to this 50 period we talked about. Look at the direction, right? You really don't get too much direction here, although, you know, this is down, this is up, we get it. But look at this. Like, right now, this is like the, you know, toboggan slope that my kids would like. Look, you get like one little bump there, then they fly off and probably die there. But anyway,
that's too steep for tobogganing.
That's too steep, yeah, for tobogganing. Forget about that. But right now, that's why I was saying maybe not. But we will try to hold this for you a little bit. Maybe take one more piece out at 16 and then see if we can fly upside here on AMC. We've been pretty patient with it already. But bing bong goes AMC.
Yeah, like, and for me, it's going to be real simple, just so you guys can try to follow. Like, you take the long off the breakout price. It gives you 45 to 50 cents worth of risk off of that level. First out at this consolidation point here, it's not even crazy. Like, on the way down, this was a consolidation at 103.50 out in front of that. This was a bottom at 104.20 out right there. Like, I'm not trying to do anything that I can't find very. It's not a 420 thing, man. That's 104.20. 104, whatever, man. I love you guys, but I know you're all over it. Yeah, I'm going to keep pretty simple. If I was willing to hold long, if this was anything but GameStop, then maybe you could hold to a 106. So I saw one person just immediately ask Goldman about Facebook. And I'm not jumping too crazy from names. Like, I have not traded a single name in the afternoon show that I wasn't already tracking before Fed. Like, I was either trading it or was actively watching it and had levels on it. Nothing new. And to me, this is that's the way to go. Like, it's been Affirm, it's been GameStop, it's been Nikola, it's been GME, it's been Tesla. Those are all names that I was trading and looking at before. Those are all names I want to jump at. So I don't mind going over to Facebook. It's just, you know, obviously you gotta have some areas that you're comfortable with when the trading is like this. So as I look at Facebook, we're looking at 290. Like, really? We came all the way back into 290. Like, yeah, that was right back to that Monday low at 289. So again, like, I wasn't watching this at the time, but that gives you an actionable trade. Like, it's already bounced there, so I'm not sure what to say about it. We just took GameStop off the bottom because I knew the levels it was coming to, but that gave you $1 away from the Monday lows. To be able to take your stand there. That's what you have to be able to establish. Can you find a key level and can you go long? We're now $3 off that bottom, so I'm not going long here on Facebook off of that bottom when the NASDAQ looks like it's about to retest 14,000. That doesn't feel like the right move to make. If anything, I'm trying to find something at a shortable level.
Yeah, I was trying to do the same thing, and I wound myself into AMD here for the long. Look, the market is, I'm still with Neil on this one. I still think the market is a short now, but I mean, it's starting to develop something here. And whether or not this is going to be the bottom 14,000, I mean, it touched 14,000 dead on. Like, dead on 14,000, then up 100 points from there. So I still think we can get back up here today. I mean, has he shut his mouth yet? No, still talking. You know, it's just one of those things where we're just going to have to try to absorb what's happening right now in the NQs with some of these positions. We do have AMC and AMD long. I'm going to try to buy some more down here at 109.50 is where my bid is right now. So we just touched, what, 109.60. So, okay, a little bit shy of that. But again, the way this is moving, pennies doesn't really matter. I mean, we're going to be in this one for the dollar. I just wouldn't mind the reload down here if we can get it down to 109.50. Maybe we're being a little bit too, here it comes. Let's go. Give it to us. We just missed it again there. Hopefully it does come down. And then honestly, just take out the low of the day. And then we'll get out of this trade. Like, whatever. This is worth it to me. Let's see if we do get a little bit of a bounce back here. Obviously, there we go. Now we're filled. The imbalances, and that's what I mean, right? Like, when I'm saying I'm not getting filled, it's not like I'm saying that just because, like, my orders are standing there. And you guys should know that if you do have a retail account or whatever, sometimes it comes into a real trade and stops, right? I mean, that's what these algos are looking for. They're looking for people to lift liquidity. When you sit there and stop, then they don't hit you. They don't want to pay the fee to hit you, right? They want people to pull their bids. And so anyways, whatever. That's for another discussion.
So actually, to quickly add to that, sometimes even in the midst of a move, like, if you just throw an order like right in front, like making the spread. Like even if it's like, I'm telling you, even if it's not like a huge order, sometimes it'll stop the move. And a lot of times that's why I want to have an order. If I know it's a key level, I'm going to cover anyways. Sometimes just having it out so when it travels there, you're not adding to the book and causing the algos to maybe front run it and jump in front of it. You have a better chance of getting out. So if you know where you want to get out, just throw the offer in advance. So when it's bouncing, it'll churn through you. You don't run the risk of turning the move. Because you saw what happened when I was trading a firm and trying to get some of those fills. It was stupid. Like it didn't matter. Like if you put an offer in and pushed into the spread or cut the spread, it was just running away from your order. And there's nothing you could do about it. Like there was actual chance in consolidation to get on these levels, but you tried cutting in there and nothing was happening. Like I wish I had held this. And I just looked at GameStop to sort of confirm that it was bouncing off of this. And now you formed a double bottom at a firm at the low of the day at 55. GameStop, very similar thing. So this 14,000 is not the only key level. GameStop actually checking up at the breakout price, 101.80. Looks like that was a good out because it curled right at previous resistance. So I'm going to be in and out. Like I don't plan on holding anything past a couple of minutes at these key levels because we're too crazy whipsaw action here. If I had a short at the top, that would be worth holding, but I gave all of those up. Brendan.
I mentioned the next inflation reading going to be an important one. Powell just answering a question there, essentially implying that they believe inflation has in fact gotten worse month over month, so December to January. So that actually caused a little bit of another leg here in the market, guys.
So you don't admit to it being not transitory, but then like you go from like taking away transitory to like now it's rapid.
Yeah,
like
my man, no more.
You're too
Come
slow
on, J
with
Powell.
this,
Come on, J Powell. Lie for us, man. Lie for us. Like tell us inflation is well under control now. Like absolutely no problem. Just lie, man. Let's get this going. But you guys know that if you look at gas prices or things like that, I mean they're pretty much record highs right now here in Toronto. Anyways, we're like at 150 a liter. I mean just do the math on that one. I don't know how many gallons are in a liter. 3? Something like that. So that's like 450 gas.
That's one conversion I never actually know exactly. It's weird.
I'm going to do it right now. How many liters in? How many liters? I think it's 3 in a gallon.
I can do Celsius to Fahrenheit. But
Oh, it's 4. It's 3.7. So we're paying almost $6 a gallon for gas.
What do you guys pay? And let me know where you are.
They pay like $4, man. 4. I know. Okay. They're actually putting in the chat. Yeah, $4. Yeah, $4, $3, 3.1. Welcome to Canada, bro.
It ain't right.
I'm telling you, we are paying $1.50. I'm going to do the math right now.
We pay more for our booze. We pay more for our gas. It's like, it is what it is, man.
Yep. 1.48 times 3 point. Our healthcare is shit. Times 3.78.
Yeah, tell us.
560.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
$5.60 a gallon in Toronto right now.
And now they're rolling in with the even cheaper prices. The guys are throwing like the 285s that they're able to pay and like the 3. Yeah, look, it's fine. We're getting punked. We get punked.
Yeah. I mean, that's just what I was saying about inflation there. So $5.60 a gallon right now in Toronto for gas. So, I mean, you guys might want to move here, but I wouldn't if I were you.
But the maple syrup is off the chain, so don't
Screw the maple syrup, man. Just import the maple syrup and pay $2.50 gas is what I would do if I were you guys. But you're right.
I'll trade you some maple syrup. You guys send me some
1 gallon of maple syrup for 1 gallon of gas. I think you would probably lose on that one. 1-to-1 ratio. Yeah, you got to charge a little more than that one there. But okay, let's just keep going, man. The last time we sold T-Doc, guys, $87. And I was like, hey, I don't know if that was a good move or not. You see what T-Doc's doing right now? 69er coming through. So that stock sucks. That's all the way down another 4% today. Let's check out what Miss Kathy's doing. I'll speak to her and Kathy at our next family gathering. We'll see what Kathy's saying because you're all the way down to 69 right now. And she's going to say, Sean, you don't even know that we're on NYSE American because you keep on typing in the wrong symbol. But look at this. Right there from 2 o'clock, it's just straight to the downside here for ARK. And I mean, we're not at the ultimate lows of 65, which we got to a couple days ago, but we're not far away, man. People thought that maybe they were, I mean, I don't know if people thought that, but this is an ETF that can be in the clear if this guy, J Powell, was talking some nice things, but a lot of the names held in ARK, obviously high valuation names that you don't really want to be part of, like our boy DraftKings, like UiPath, like Tesla. other names like that. So as those names go, so does this. Check a look at DraftKings right here today. This name just keeps getting punked as well to the downside. We were short initially on this. Well, that was yesterday. Sorry, we were short. I keep thinking about that other thing that we were doing. But right now, DraftKings, we did take this trade here and look at it just dropping all the way down. Are we going to defend 20 bucks here on DraftKings? That's not a horrible trade right now, actually. If the market does rebound, let's take DraftKings.
We just bounced off 1400. So if I get the same trade, which it looks like I'm going to be able to get the
Come on, AMD, you can do it.
It's going to be. Sorry, I'm looking at the NASDAQ because I'm watching the 1400 level, but I was just trying to get the same trade on GameStop. And then I could have just taken the Qs, but it was GameStop that I wanted to go back over to. But like, you got to eyeball that 1400. I want no longs if 14,000. I want no longs if 14,000 broke. But this is me trying to get the fill and going right back to the same well, finding levels that I like instead. And there's another one that I can't actually play right off of 55, so I'm going to go over there. And I know I've only gone short of firm, but I mean, I went long GameStop, so I got to be willing to go long a firm. Low of the day just got taken out 55. It snaps right back when we held 14,000, and then 54.90 is now the new low. So I can get 15s, risk to 90s. That's 25 cents in slippage. And if we hold the bottom, which is, I'm not saying we necessarily hold the bottom, but I'm just going to find a risk to reward that I like after we've already bounced off 14,000. So if we hold that level, I think I have a decent chance to get back to 56 here. I like that risk to reward, so we'll take a shot. If I can go long in a GameStop, I can go long on a firm. We can make these both work potentially. And it's the same thing. I actually went from a GameStop short rolling into an Affirm short and did better on that short than I did on the GameStop short. So maybe the same thing will happen buying the long off the bottom here. But I'll tell you what, if we break 14,000, kaputs. Like, this is going to be that 25-cent hit that I talked about, then we're going to take that hit. And that's been working. Like, have the tight stop on your trade, but when it works, get the bigger winner. So I was risking literally like 40 to 50 cents here to able to make first leg out was like 80, and then we're getting $2. And I think the same thing can happen here with that long, but we got to hold 14,000 on the NASDAQ. That's pretty much the last-ditch effort, I think, for this market. You still talking? Of course he's still talking.
Oh, man. My wife just messaged me. The voice of Charlie Brown passed away. I mean,
but he had to be like...
I was going to say, I don't realize how... I feel like he's going to have to be really old.
Like, look how quickly...
anyways,
no... This is still a short.
No real story on that, just as letting you guys know. Okay. So, all right. Look, I'm in two longs here, but I know this market's a short. We've talked about that. We're just
65.
trying off of some key levels here. Looks like we're going to break this 14,000. That was really what we were holding out hope for. That's why when we're in these longs, it's like, you know, really not big hits or anything like that. I don't want to roll into anything strong until we definitely, okay, here we go. So we're breaking it right now. So we're going to have to watch out for that. DraftKings tries to go there. It does not. We actually were in the money, 4 or 5 pennies. That doesn't matter because now we're out of the money. So we'll have to watch to see what happens with DraftKings. It's just spitting around like crazy right now, back and forth. We'll see. It looks like it's bouncing a little bit here. AMD almost not cracked us out. It does go to what? 108.64. Like, where am I even waiting for this on this one? AMD's starting to go back up to the upside right now. We're just holding out hope that there's some kind of a bid coming here in the market. I have a bid at 108.60, guys. Like, how did I not get that fill? 108.60 I'm sitting at. You went to 62.
It's crazy. Like, basically, like, you know what the fail breakdown is? I think we almost just had a fail. If this was a fail break at 14,000, to me, just jump back right into the same trade. So that's essentially what I've done here. Jump right back into the same trade that I just stopped out with a tight stop and a firm. And again, try to risk that smaller muted amount there and see if that was a fail break and we're going to jam from here. I would do it if I was short. So I got to be able to take the same trade if I'm going to be long. So we're going to put that one. We already put it back on. Going to put the same targets in out in front of 57 or 56 first. And then, of course, probably up to like 57. I don't want to get greedy because obviously we are still dealing with oh, is he done talking yet? Yeah, I think he might actually be done talking. We'll double check that. But if it breaks the low again, then we'll take a second hit on a firm. But I had to take that shot. If we had a fail break at 54, I was going to take another jam to the long side. And you had to find a key level. And I think, there it is. We stopped out twice on a firm. I think it was worth the risk to reward. I heard Trader Prad, and I'm going to assume he was talking about Tesla. Yeah, so you had the bottom long? Nice trade there, Brad. I mean, I just went and fought. Like, GameStop worked, but I tried fighting a firm, and that didn't work. But Tesla, 905 to 925, and now 910. So higher
what
low.
Bottom long? What did you have?
The first one.
Oh, 910. He just...
Oh, I thought you had the 905.
No,
Never
no,
mind.
that's what I was
Okay.
going to say. Yeah,
Okay.
I knew you didn't have that one. So that's a good trade down there. 900 on Tesla. Wow. I can't believe we're back to that level. You know, I recently sold, not recently, but I did sell my Tesla at $1,020, and we didn't reload last time it was back down here. I'm really super nervous about their report. Not nervous that I think that they're going to miss. What's going on? Stuck quote there. Not nervous that they're going to miss. I don't think Tesla will miss. It's just a matter of their guide, right? I mean, I don't think we're going to worry about supply chain or anything with Tesla. They've already identified that. We know the cars are rolling out. We know Elon Musk is talking about that truck. So let's just see what happens. And right now, your boy is back, man. Look, we're trying to have diamond hands. And I know, Neil, and this is how we do different strategy, right? 25 cents or so, I think you said, as about a rough stop out for a firm. For me, you know, and it's a different style of trading. That's all that it is, guys. So like I gave like a firm as opposed to DraftKings, you know, like I just gave DraftKings 50 cents there, right? So let's see, AMD, I just gave $1 to the downside. It's just different beasts, different styles of trading. Let's see where we go. Now AMD's starting to run. We're 50 cents in the money. Look at the rebound here in the market. We'll see if we could take that out, man. If we could take this out, then maybe we do start to just scream higher. We do have some nice wins here. We're making a hell of a lot of money back on this move. So I just cannot believe that we missed this by 2 cents. We missed that bid by 2 cents right there. Otherwise, like we'd be in the money $2 on that trade alone. So here we go. Let's go back up to the upside. But again, we don't want to look this gift horse in the mouth because it's coming right up to this level. So AMD probably get this out right here at 110.80 and then see if we can hold the rest.
So it was a good question. Someone said, explain why Bitcoin and futures markets have the same chart. Because now Bitcoin is being traded like a risk asset. So if you're following the Qs represent the risk in the market, the growth, and that's essentially what Bitcoin's turned into. And especially on days like today, you will follow suit. I can tell you right now, I just tried to stop at 343 when Powell shut up. I had a stop trigger on the Qs and did not get the fill. So even liquidity in the Qs, like it's crazy. Like you're seeing, like I can see the quote, but then I'm watching my time in sales, and the real spread is actually opening up all the time. So market's going crazy. We could turn green again on the NASDAQ. I know we did just turn green again on that. Was? Okay, so yeah, that's right.
I don't know if I have like stuck orders or not.
The future's gone green already.
Yeah, exactly. There's the
my
futures.
Quotes are a little.
No, I think my quotes are fine. It's just, it's like, there's no way. Like, I didn't realize I had an double offers there. Like, I put one at VWAP and at the 50 period, I must have put another one. So we're going to go long again. But realistically, this is like a $3 winner right now off the bottom here. And then check out our friends at DraftKings. That's been a monster for me right now. DKNG. We held that one, man. And then let's take some more out. If we can get some out at 74, 75, we might as well do that. And there it is one more time, man. The Wiz is in the building. As we look to make some more money here on the way back. We're back to the highest spot we've been at all day. Thank you to DraftKings for that one. Let's take another piece out. Why not? 69. Some people like that number. We're going to get out some here at $20.69 off of a 37-cent bid. So right there, a nice move all the way back right to that 50 period again. So good move upside for DraftKings. And then it looks like AMD. I don't know. Are we going to take this out or not? Right here, the NQs are just bouncing around this level. So let's see what we want to do here. Looks like it's just fading off of that level. Remember, this is kind of a silly long for AMD. It's just more that I was mad that we got out there. So I tried to punch back in the same price that we got out. So this was a multiple. Like, look at this. This is 109.50 plus 110.14. So our average price 109.70 or so. And then when we get that out at 111, like that's, again, another $1.70 for $1.40, sorry, for a winner. So let's see if we can keep riding this upside right now. I think we could probably wait for the imbalances, but I'm still looking for more names.
But I see a couple of people in the chat, like specifically, I know, Eddie, you just made a comment about it's a dangerous time to trade right now. To me, that's why I've had the approach. I've actually almost doubled my fills on the day. I've just been in and out a lot quicker. Right, like I'm making the decisions really, really fast. If it goes in the money, you can hold for bigger extensions. But I wanted to come over to, because I can't ignore Lucid for too much longer. Lucid actually broke and went down to 33. And I know I stuck to the names that I was already trading. But because I didn't get into Lucid this morning, that's probably why I didn't jump to this. If the market tries to get back to the upside and Lucid tries to retest to 35 into VWAP, I'm shorting this thing. I missed it every single time and every single opportunity. We got GameStop, we're going to short Affirm and all those other names and Nikola. No, forget this. If we're going to try to come back and get the Powell shutting up bounce, then Lucid is going to be a fade for me at 35. We still have a half an hour to go. There is plenty of time for more movement here. So, if this is the bounce off the bottom, it can extend through, and Lucid is definitely on my list to be shorted. And 100% Nikola if it gets back up to $8. You don't necessarily want Tesla breaking 960, but I think that's a little bit unlikely. But Nikola at 8, Lucid up at 35. You already know I'm probably going to be all over taking a shot at a firm if it gives me that price back at 58 as well. So I'm just going right back to the levels that already worked, and we're going to make sure we hit them. And then you can have the tight stop. Like a firm, I was risking a tight stop. You were able to get to $2. But watch out for the big barometers in the market. Like Tesla is moving the market right now. I
was going to say, before we go to Valeria, watch out what's happening. Look at all these wicks here on AMD. I know you don't use the same stop outs as I do, but they're triggering on all of these fires. I don't know what's going on with all of these deep prints right now. There's really, really sucks.
I saw that in the queues.
Oh, yeah. It was happening in the queues a lot today earlier as well. But we are now out of that AMD. Another good trade for us back in here off that break and out one more time. And the reason why, it's fine. I wanted to get out anyways. I was just putting it in order to get out. But it just fired off down there. We'll see. The only reason why, and we're going to go to Valeria in a minute. I just want to talk about this quickly. The NASDAQ right now. We'll see if it can take this. If it does, great. If not, we got to get out if it breaks below. But what's up, V?
Hey guys, what a crazy afternoon. I hope you took your opportunities and made some profitable trades. I actually want to share my trade on Tesla today. If you guys can show my screen, right at 2 p.m. when Fed meeting started, I went into the long position in 967, then also 969. And my last out at around 976. I absolutely love it when it went all the way to the downside. Now at 936. I know Pride has been able to catch some move on the downside. And I believe Neil had something similar in Tesla along with me. And guys, great news. We have a record amount of viewers for afternoon show. 4,100. And I remind you, please like this video. I know it was super crazy and busy recently. But now, when we have some time, please smash the like button and help us to get at least 1,000 likes. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Ms. V. And Shawnee just pointed something out, but you've got to consider this. If you guys are watching, whether you're day trading the world or other charts, watch out for some of these wicks. Some of these wicks will actually trigger stop orders depending on what types of orders you're using. So if that's the case, be careful because the queues, they're all over
just
there. You were just
here
talking about AMC as well. Crazy, these dark pool wicks.
Thank you, Ms. V. Look at this, $1 now in the money. Look at this Q's break, man. We just talked about that breaking that level. Boom, to the downside goes the triple Q's. Let's see now. We were looking at that 50-period moving average. Boom, that to the downside. You guys want to trade more futures? The People's Champ has your back. As right now, we're going lower here on the futures, and we are short the futures right now. That's what the triple Q's are. It's the NQs. I'm going to continue to trade these instead of the futures, but this is a call on the market. So there it is, downside right now. It comes all the way back up. We revisit those levels right there, and now we'll take it to the downside. We actually cashed out at 2/3 of that. It just went right into the money so fast for us. We took out 80 cents real quick there, so we're cashed out at 2/3. Now we're going to hold last 1/3 of this trade as we are now $1.40 in the money on the triple Qs. I think right back into here is probably good enough for me, man. This has been such an exciting day. I'm really jacked up about this. I could barely speak. This has been a good one, man. Our net is now at the highest spot it's been at all day long right now, and there it goes. Adios, amigos. Right down to the downside right now goes the market, and we just go, oh my God. What a good move that was as Powell done. $2. This is the thing, guys. Remember I told you different strategies, different styles, everything. $2 winner. I probably should take this on the Qs. We're now in the money. Keep on going to the downside now for the triple Qs. You know my risk was on this one? $345.91. We had 40 cents, 50 cents worth of risk. Now in the money, $2 and change. Crack-a-lack into the downside, $342.30. Let's see if we can get that one as the market is crank city right now to the downside, and we have it. $2.50 winner. That's a banger for you all. Let's go.
Yeah, right back to the same wells. Sometimes it's way too easy. And Nikola, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. We were getting out at 775 because of this level on the futures. Yeah, I mean, whatever. We can not show me or whatever. I'm not even bothered.
See ya. Go ahead.
Yeah, just hold on to your short. Just re-enter at any point that was a key level before. And if your stop is so simple, your stop is right here at 780. It turns around exactly on that price, short the next consolidation down, and it falls back towards the lows. Now, you could probably look at the same thing on Tesla, But like I was telling you before, that Tesla was going to be able to lead me whenever I was trading Nikola. Like Tesla had already done this and already retaken the bottom. I'm sitting here watching a Tesla chart on my screens up here as it takes out the low and it's already going, and I can still get the same prices that I want here on Nikola, and this is already flushing. Now, you're back above that 14,000. So as long as we're above 14,000, I think you're in scalp mode on any of these shorts, because we have imbalances coming in about 14 minutes or so, and I do think we're going to get a shock move, of course, one direction or the other at 950, sorry, at 350, and I want to make sure if we are still above that 14,000 and bounces come out a bid, I want to be taking a fade on something pretty key, whether it's Lucid at 35, whether it's Nikola at 8, whether it's a firm at $58, $58 up here at VWAP. Like I already know the prices in mind that if we get too big of a run to the upside at 350, I want to jump right in, catch a quick reversal on some of those names. Of course, if we're below 14,000 on the NASDAQ, none of that matters. We're probably just holding on to the shorts that we have.
All right, guys, thanks for all the love on the chat, man. I mean, it definitely means a lot to us, you know, trying to entertain you guys, trying to give you the bangers as well. Look at that where we just got out, man, 342.60. We got that out, and that's why we throw the bear. Stop the bear on man crime, they say on the chat. Thank you so much, whoever did that. Thank you to Rolling Records. Thank you so much to everybody there, Bradley Taylor, everybody, Dan, everybody on the chat. Thank you so much. That, you know, we're really, really excited to bring in the heat for you one more time here today, and we are absolutely on fire today. Intel was a fantastic trade for us. Microsoft was already your trade of the day going through, and we're leaving it alone right now. Not comfortable with any of these levels on Softy. AMD, I mean, what a banger this trade was. Long, and boomed it. This has been probably the best Fed really probably that I've ever had, and it's great that it's happening right here on the show with you guys as we just continue to rock and roll on this one. Good job, man. Good job, Shike there. You made $600 today. Okay, Larry Wanta, Sean, you're the best. Neil gets a trophy too. Yeah, Neil's the best. So Neil gets a trophy. We all get trophies. Brendan, why can't I zoom this out there? There it is. Oh, it was you, Soze. Stop the man on bear crime. Thank you so much. And Bradley, should we trade the Qs? I do. I trade them like they're normal as well. So there we go. Yeah, maple syrup for everyone.
We should point out, if you don't want to trade the ES futures contract, you want to go, you can go to the Q or the SPYs, but you can also go to the minis. They actually have mini futures contracts, which is 1/10 the risk. So if you like the pricing and price action of the futures, then just jump into the minis, man. Like that's a perfectly, we tell our traders that. Like sometimes it's just a thing. Back when we had our old office, we used to trade at the close sometimes in the futures markets, and I couldn't, for whatever reason, if I put the same trade on in the Qs, I just could not be disciplined about it. But if I put it on in the actual NASDAQ futures, then suddenly it made more sense to me. And there's nothing, the levels are the same. The movement was the same, but just trade what's more comfortable. There's so many vehicles out there for you. You want to trade EVs, pick the name that you like. You want to trade the overall market move, pick your Qs, pick your futures, pick your NASDAQ futures, go to whatever lane you want. Like Rune, he doesn't touch it, like he doesn't even touch the Qs, and it's basically the same thing because he likes the actual ES and the NASDAQ future. Watching out for GameStop, by the way, triple bottoms. Triple bottoms now at 101.50. And guess what? Like the market's bouncing up off that 14,000. GameStop's, I haven't checked AMC yet, but GameStop's going absolutely nowhere. So I'm noting that relative weakness in spades if it tries to make any kind of run. And guess what's in play again tomorrow? 100 on GameStop in play once again. You saw what happened today when it couldn't break 100. If it does break it tomorrow, I will again have my stop to go short tomorrow morning.
Guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Goldman, as well. Yeah, this is a great day to trade, man, and it just continues to be great over here. So I'm just going to, honestly, I'm glad you guys have enjoyed the show. I'll probably be flat now the rest of the way. We're going to see what happens here, though. If something pops in, we will do it. It's just we got to make sure that we hit some levels, right? We took one shot on Apple early here, right here, and lost it just to see what was going to happen with this trend. But you can see the trend is right to the downside. Maybe if we take this out, I mean, Apple's not that bad, man. 0.7, I'll take it, 0.7. We'll see if Apple takes out this 160 area, maybe a level of concern right now. Everything okay there, Rob? As Rob getting jacked up there, I don't know if we need to get a heart rate monitor over there. Was that like a caffeine burst? If we can go, I mean, I don't know if Rob wants to do that again on screen there.
What did he do? I thought
he was having a seizure or something, to be honest with you there.
That's just normal Rob, isn't it?
No, what he was doing was not normal.
I didn't see it. So
I don't know what it was.
Now you have to do it again, Rob.
I don't know what it was.
Rob,
but,
come on, do it again.
I know what it was. Did we just hit 1K likes? That's probably what it was. He was doing this, like.
Oh.
Yeah, he was doing the Rob version of it.
But I was like, someone asked him, like, we should do a video about. Thank you very much, everybody. Someone asked we should do a video about trading the mini futures. It's basically the same thing. Like, I'm calling up the minis right now so that you guys can see. Like, the chart's gonna look exactly the same. Whoops, and of course I didn't do it this way, so we'll go M. It's just pretty quick, MESH22, and then I gotta go to CM. It's not as fast as you would think, because I don't usually have to type all that. But yeah, it's gonna look almost identical. I will say this about the mini futures. From time to time, like at an economic number or maybe like an event, you might have a little bit less relative liquidity, but it's 1/10 the risk anyways, right? So you are, like if you trade one contract here, it's just a little bit easier to hold on to it. So it's basically the same thing. It was created so that more people could trade it, even if you didn't have a big bankroll. Because let's be honest, like we tell our futures, we tell traders, you should always have multiple lots of something so you can get more than one entry exit on a trade. And starting with 2 contracts is not small potatoes for anybody, but starting with a couple of MES contracts is definitely doable. And that's how traders on our floor, with a remote now, that's how they started if they want to trade the futures. They go on the micros and they can trade more than just one contract. Because starting with 2 or 3 futures contracts out of the gate, it's an easy way to just lose hundreds or thousands. And if you want to start small, jump on the MES, or like Sean said, do the Qs or the SPY.
Yeah, you can do the Qs, 10 shares. One. I don't know if you're a broker will let you do 1 share, but don't do 1 share. You can do, we always talk about training mode. So if you have, here at Day Trade the World, we actually do have a training mode that is identical to live mode. You can't even tell that there's anything that you're not live. So we definitely recommend that. I mean, Prad was on there. How long were you on TMS for? 1 month, so 1 month there. When I was here, we didn't have TMS, but anyways, I think that practicing for at least 1 month, like Pratt is before you go live, things like that. I mean, that's what it's all about. Every single platform should have something called paper trading. So if you're starting
on paper trading, like Arun is one of the best traders I know. In futures trading, he's the best trader in futures I know. He was in simulation. I'm not making this up, guys. He was in simulation for a year. When we hired him to our floor back in the day, I remember talking to him, and he said, I have something I want to backtest in the futures as a strategy, and until it works, I'm just going to stay in the simulator, so I could be in there a while. That's what he said to me. And I was like, I love your dedication to it. And then he was in the simulator for a month. The first trade he took, I'm not making this up, the first trade he put live on the futures was a bigger trade that month than anybody on our floor. The first trade, and he was in the sim for a year. Everybody's path is different. It's all about back testing. It's about finding your levels. It's about finding your strategy and doing whatever it takes. Like, these things do work out, but it's not one size fits all. Like, we're not all the same traders here. We all trade very differently. We all have different ideas, and we're trying to get that across to you guys. Speaking of different things, I've ignored this stock. It's still moving. Groupon, by the way, is now put in a pretty sick double bottom at 26.25. I'm going to watch this. This is obviously a pretty key level for Groupon. It had a secondary breakout around this price, so it does have news. We brought the news early. It seems like yesterday, it was just about an hour and a half ago when we started the show that Brendan brought you the news about their stake. I forget the name of the company now because so much has happened. But 26.25, double bottom on Groupon. If it can hold this, great. If there's a chance to short this level tomorrow, fair enough. But all kinds of support there for some bounces, maybe into the close. Although I say that, now it's like 5 minutes to imbalances.
I mean, you guys have already seen the way my trading has changed. I mean, I sat there with Arun for 3 weeks during, Brendan had some vacations and Neil sat there on the desk. And I mean, just sitting beside Arun is what's allowed me to take $6 on IBM yesterday, multiple dollars on Rivian, Microsoft holding, multiple dollars on even an Intel today, AMC, everything like AMD. And it's just about, like Neil said, man, just about learning from other people and trying to grow. So that's absolutely fantastic. Look at UiPath still down. DraftKings, so I'm still holding this one. We still have 15 minutes until market close. If you see, oh yeah, the time at the bottom of yours won't be the same. So right now it's 3:45, 25, 26, so 3:45, 27. That's the kind of time that we're on right now. So if you see some misquotes or something like that, that is why I don't know the delays you guys are on, but we are right now 3:45, 40.
Yeah,
so
as you say that, I'm getting flat. Like I said, I would get flat before 350, and like Nikola was right at the price level where it made a consolidation before, so I'm just getting out. Now we're waiting for the imbalances to come out and hopefully move the market. If it moves it up, I'm looking to fade. If it moves it down, I'm looking to go maybe. Well, I'm not taking a long. I only want to fade any kind of a pump to the upside because the long is 14,000 or bust. I think on this market.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not. I'm just sitting here in DraftKings. So, I mean, we've already taken it out. Boom, boom, boom. Very, very good trade. Very good trade on DraftKings right here. Get this out of my ear. As it goes, you know, this one we smelled trouble there, got out, made a winner there on DraftKings, and then reloaded it back upside. We'll just see if it takes this out. We're just hoping that the imbalances come quite large. If they don't, we'll get out on a 20 break or a 15 break, something like that. DraftKings is going to be a good trade for us. Let's just check back in on some other names. Ford today. Ford actually sub 20 right now. We liked Ford early here. Boom, 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 boom. And like I said, holding on to some of these good trades for Ford long here. We don't hold for the very top, but look at this spank to the bottom, 1950. We'll see if it respects that level tomorrow. Let's check out Palantir. Palantir, not bad. In and out there on Palantir. I actually took this trade. I was sitting on the afternoon show there, the midday market show, midday mover show, and we were short, and then we got out right away. Seems to be a good trade as it goes all the way to 1385. And then, of course, Palantir falls down. This is not the right environment for them either, but hey, maybe this is a good trade here. Let's see if Palantir takes out 13. Let's go long on a 13 break here for Palantir. I said we'd be out of the trading, but I can't ignore this. We're going to be above the 50 period. We're going to take out this 13, and we'll see what we do now on that trade. We do have a bottom of 1305. Maybe that's a little bit better, but let's just see. We're still ways away. The market's coming down here. I was going to say, if Palantir breaks 13, worth the trade, but we're only going to give this like a dime again because we'd be happy to get it out somewhere in this cluster. So 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio here on Palantir. Guys, with only 2 minutes until the imbalances, and then those could be exciting, but they always seem to disappoint, to be honest with you. We expect it. It's like when you don't expect them, they're big.
It's probably going to suck.
And then when they're not, when you do expect them to be big, they're not. But we'll wait to see here. I don't want to like disappoint anybody. Oh, I almost said a reference from Michael Scott right there. I almost went there, but we won't. So we'll wait to see here. If Palantir takes out 13, your boy will be long.
Just going to come over to Apple for just a quick sec because we talked about key levels before. And Apple basically, if you want to look at the overall market bouncing off of these levels and picking individual stocks, look at yesterday's lows from Apple and look where you were buying these bottom end wicks. So, you know, whether it doesn't matter, like whether you found the GameStop 102, whether it was a Firm 54, 55, which I didn't let go, whether it was a 900 on Tesla. It's really more about just understanding if you're not trading that futures literally at that same level, then find a stock which has a corresponding bottom and corresponding level of support. I'm watching a firm, GameStop and Nikola because of the ones I want to fade, but the one I'll probably have up right as his imbalances drop is going to be Tesla. If you like, that's $30 off the bottom and they're reporting. So this is the one that I kind of feel like if it really does put in the gigantic move, there'll probably be some profit takers going into it. I know there's probably some short covering as well, but I feel like that might have already been done in that little bouncer. So it would have to be something extreme in Tesla, maybe up into the 70 to 75 range, where I'd be looking at VWAP at some of these others, but just 30 seconds to go until imbalances come out. Trader formerly known as Frodo Baggins asking about Sierra, up 20% after the offering. I just think that's momentum play off of those levels. Sometimes these types of names don't care too much about offerings when they come through, and it's more about pure momentum and then the lack of liquidity that drives the market.
Okay, we're getting ready to rock and roll. Yeah, did you hear that? Neil Young right now. I saw that last night on the news, actually, pulling out of Spotify.
Over Rogan, yeah.
He hates Joe Rogan, yeah. Let's just go, whatever. I mean, he'll be back.
They'll both be fine.
He'll be back on there. Yeah, Neil Young will be fine for sure. Joe Rogan, I don't know what's going on with that guy. But here we go. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. There it is right now. We're going to see what comes out on these imbalances. Come on, size filter. There's your United Steel. That's good. I haven't even looked at Nucor in a while. We just took another long there on DraftKings. Obviously it's dancing around right now. I don't know what's going on with DraftKings, but it's moving around right now. What are all these? I have these ARCA things on here again. We got to get rid of those. Let me do that and we'll come back, but there's really nothing on here. No. Pfizer with a sell. We'll see if that goes down here on the 1 minute chart. I don't know. It's not even loading. BAC with a sell. There's Pfizer. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. These numbers aren't that big, guys. We're upsized volume on every name. So these names aren't doing much. And I got to figure out, I got to get these ARCAs out of here. I don't even know what they're doing.
But just to give give you an idea, like I pulled up, the first one on the list was US Steel at 2.4 million shares, and it just didn't even move. Like it didn't move like a penny. Like 1 cent is the movement on that name. And then you said Pfizer, that's 1.4 million to sell. You know, that didn't go anywhere. Like if one of the names I was watching had made a move, believe me, I'd be happy to tell you guys. But Pfizer, that also didn't really go anywhere on a sell imbalance of 1.5. It actually holding its bounce. Tesla at 350, and I guess you said it might be a disappointment there because you might not get the volatility. After all of this price action, it ends up being somewhat of a nothing burger, but we're still holding off of that 900. 14,000 got held. The crazy thing about it is if you look at the Qs, and I don't know the exact time when Powell ended up finishing his comments in the Q&A, but this is when it started, this top here in the Qs, 345, 354, it double topped, and I'm telling you, like it was like when he stopped talking, we did make a bit of a bottom. So it's weird, and I know it's like things like that probably shouldn't matter as much as they do, but we've been doing this a long time. Sometimes it's just the way that it goes. I express my trades in individual stocks, but if you just came over to the futures and said, okay, he's opening his mouth, short it, that's your level, use it for reference, it worked. And he stopped, and you made a double bottom there. But we are testing the lows once again. I won't be defending bottoms with only 7 minutes to go. I think the shot would have been if we had popped up on the imbalances. Nothing caused a spike at 350 that was going to be shortable, and I'm not going long to end this day. Powell's turned these markets like he's doing now, like what he did before. He's now doing the opposite in terms of his sentiment.
Yeah, oh my God, Powell, you are now done speaking, and it is an over with experience right there. We went long at 2025 on DraftKings there. We have that out. So all we really did right there is drop some grenades, we'll run down some cash right here. We'll hold for a little bit higher. Here it comes right now. We'll take the dime on the last piece. Oh, no, we're not. Look at that. There's a big ARCA right there. Look at that ARCA right there just came through. So maybe we'll just get out of this one because that ARCA pushing this thing down with only 8 minutes left. What's up, Bren?
That was exciting. 900, if you're keeping score, 900-point swing, top to bottom for the Dow during all of that. So, we'll keep an eye on what's going to happen going into tomorrow and the next day, obviously, for the market itself. But let's get you caught up for earnings coming up tonight and tomorrow.
Everything held Monday support.
We are out of DraftKings on that little. I can't believe that ARCA guy showed up. I think we might have had a bigger winner.
Why does it feel like there's more than...
No, that's about right.
That's about right.
Yeah, I mean,
it's all the same because it's a Tesla.
The interesting thing, you have like Alaska Air there. I mean, JetBlue. There are a few names in there that we don't normally trade, but that'll help with some of the airlines and things like that. I mean, Lending Club. I don't know. There's not much in there. I don't really see anything that we may be trading other than the two middle ones. But we'll be looking at them all. If some of them beat out of line, then that could be something. Is that Altria up there? Yeah. So, and you talked about Lamb. I mean, Levi's there. People wearing jeans.
Oh, you know what? Okay, here's a good one because someone asked. It was Goldman was asking me about Danaher, and I sort of said, look, I'm in 20% of what I think is a starter position because I never really owned the stock before. So. Two things, 20% stop usually around that.
Getting killed, right?
And they have they're reporting earnings tonight.
I wanted to get into that name.
To me, like you do not buy something. You don't buy something in front of earnings. I'm watching Netflix, by the way. Sorry. You don't buy something in front of earnings unless you're willing to hold through. If I had put it in a full position on, I probably would have covered it already. But again, I'm just something I wanted to be adding to this year. So if the report's really bad, I might dump it. Tomorrow, and it's not like Danaher, it might be in the healthcare sector, but it is actually a relatively high multiple type name. Now, like a Softy in that vein, or like an Nvidia, they've had the growth to support that, but you got to see the print that comes through here today. So I'm waiting for the earnings to come out to make a decision, and I probably won't even sell. I'd probably give it a couple of days, but it's a starter position. That's not something I've owned UNH for years. I've never been in Danaher until now. My wife has owned it from the bottom, which is good and great for her, but for me, it was just a starter position. We got to see the earnings print before tomorrow. I thought I heard, is it Miss Fee? Is that?
I don't know. We only have 4 minutes to go right now. We will be ringing the bell today. Unfortunately, I don't know what's happened. My daily chart crashed. So we'll wait to see on that one. So I don't have a daily up right now. But yeah, Danaher is well below the 200 period right now. So we'll see on that one. I did want to look at Eli Lilly as well. That's another name that, okay, so that's what I mean. Like I bought Eli Lilly at 250 like 2 weeks ago, and it's holding up fantastically. But that DHR is getting killed right now. So yeah, I don't know. That might be one.
I got to clean up the daily chart because
that'd be a good one.
I wanted to try to show it in perspective, but there's this 1700 wick on this chart that I have to clean up.
Yeah, okay. We'll look at that again. Well, on DHR. Yeah, okay.
Like, what is
Teledoc, just looking for some new names here as we get ready to close the show. Thank you so much. If you haven't hit the like yet, please do so. I am exhausted today. It's been such a fun day trading, but it's been a wild one, needless to say. Palantir does not take out that. Oh, yeah, I'll just go on my minute chart here. Palantir does not take out that level. We weren't even trading Palantir at all today. Just one time there, and it was a loss. Let's see a check-in on Softy. Right back to as if earnings really didn't even happen today, still up 3%, and the market's flat. So kind of a nothing burger for Microsoft. Really glad that we absolutely destroyed this stock today early on, and then that move was great there into the close. Just a couple more reviews here. AMD still battling out 110 again. Another good stock today for us. Roblox, it looks like that name. Wow, that short at that low of the day. Wow, guys, all the way down to 61. This is why we're doing this review. Like, there's going to be some names that we have to trade tomorrow for sure. Roblox down to 61. Wow, that's almost, and I don't have my daily chart up, but I think that's below IPO price right now for Roblox. So if you want to. Probably. It makes sense. It's close anyways. I can check it on another chart, RBLX here. Let's see where Roblox IPO'd for you guys. Here's a big chart for you. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's below. Yeah, Roblox IPO 65. So there it is right now below IPO pricing, almost below 52-week lows of 60. So again, another name that they don't make any money, Roblox, but like, I think they might have been a better buy than Activision, but whatever. Roblox to the downside right now and keeps on going.
They wouldn't accept an offer.
Imagine, no, they wouldn't. And obviously the ATVI shareholders ran to that offer as fast as they could. This stock would be at $30 without Microsoft, guys.
Yeah, and that does matter. Like, that actually, when you're thinking about an acquisition, because you want to make sure the deal goes through. I can't clean up this chart, so I'll have to do this verbally for you guys in 2 minutes. DHR, the daily support's at $240. Entry off the support at something like a 95. You get 20 points to that 240 level, and of course we're going to get there in that on the earnings print. So that's where the support is. If it holds that off of earnings for the next 2 or 3 days, then it's an add in front of the 240. If it cracks it, then it's an out and look for a lower level. But that's literally last summer where the stock was trading at 240, and it's been an absolute monster runner up there. But it is not like a safe, stable, dividend-paying healthcare type name. Like, it's more of a swing type of stock, which is about that growth. 2 minutes to go. Ms. V's going to be on the bell. We're actually, okay, so, I mean, I don't want to jinx anything, because I was about to say we're actually positive on the NASDAQ. 0.02%. So, of course, having said that, I'm sure we're going to end up slightly to the red side on the NASDAQ. It was just so annoying. Like, I just thought we were actually breaking back up after holding that 14, and we were going to hold positivity here. But it's teetering. The ES is solidly in the red. And Tesla, who report earnings aftermarket, are managing, at least for now, to hold some of these gains off of 900. But that could go crazy. Like, I think Tesla, to me, it's going to have a 10% move in it in the aftermarket. So, I mean, if you like trading that sort of a thing, like your stink bids to try and pick it up on earnings, you'd be hoping for a turn somewhere around the 840 to 850 area. And then to the top side, like, you'd be like breaking 1,000 wouldn't be crazy, any stretch of the imagination. I think 10%, that's the kind of swing you're looking for when the liquidity dies and the report comes out. But Tesla, and when it won't be right
at 4, but it'll be close.
Won't be
I think it's normally like 435, and then you want to wait to see what they talk about. Elon always holds back these earnings. What's up, Ms. V? There in the background. And if in case you're wondering, we are going to have loaded up with traders soon as the government allows us to return back to normal. We still can't even dine indoors yet. We cannot dine indoors yet. And we have $5.50 a gallon gas. Okay, 20 cents to go. 20 cents. I wish.
I just want to get some oysters.
20 seconds to go right now.
Game,
yeah, Prad should have fun with the oysters, and that should be a good one there as well. With only 10 seconds to go. 9, 8, 7, 6. No, we're just counting too fast there, Ms. V. 5, 4,
3, 2, and ring it.
Ooh, I just saw the NASDAQ bounce right there. So let's see.
It got there.
Did it? Let's wait to see what Brendan wants to give us here as a closing number for the NASDAQ. I'm just going to call up Tesla in case for some magic reason it comes out on time and or early. I believe it's normally, I mean, knowing Elon, this probably comes out at 420, guys. Over there, what's up, Brendo?
That was a pretty volatile last couple of seconds there. So I'm going to call it green, guys, because it was depending on how you looked at it. Now, remember, this is the index, so futures contract might be a little bit different, but here we go. 0.2 or 0.19 is what I had on the index there. 0.8 for the Dow, 0.1 for the S&P. But yeah, what a wild ride that was this afternoon.
Yeah, man, the E-minis finished. Like, you can say green. We're now more solidly green on the E-minis as well. And Tesla, like, we're not expecting anything till it should be 420, but they don't. I think it's always 430.
Nah, I would say he's in control of it, so he'll probably just put it out at 420.
Yeah, but how would he not do 420? It is jokes. Why wouldn't you?
It could be. We'll wait to see. And when it comes out, watch out for our Twitter. Maybe we'll tweet out the earnings, but you could definitely find that. What is there's some weird, really weird things happening here in the back.
I keep thinking you guys are planning something. You guys don't see what we see in front of us, but I don't know what's going on in front of the green.
Who knows? Hopefully they're planning something.
We're going to be joined by a guest here, I think, in a second.
What happened?
If
Brennan, you can't leave us hanging here. What's happening?
we might be joined by. Oh, there she is.
Oh,
I can see what they're doing. Okay.
Well done.
Yeah, nice 3D there. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
That was pretty lame, actually.
That took entirely way too much preparation.
That was like one of the lamest things.
You guys didn't see the preparation that went into that. We saw the prep going into that. But that's, I don't know.
I prefer the 4-box. Let's get the 4-box going at some point.
Bang.
Thank you so much to Lucas and Rob. These guys worked like beasts today. So I want to give a big thank you to you guys. Thanks, Rob. I hope you're feeling okay after that. And then a big shout out to Trader Prad, who did Omen's work a lot today. So thank you to Trader Prad for sure. You can see how interested this guy is on the Tesla number. And then, of course, Brendan always bringing the heat, and Miss V never stops working. She's on the morning show, the afternoon show, and then the closing show. So thank you to Miss V for that one as well. It's been an absolutely fantastic day today, right now. And there you go, back into the 3-box right here. So I don't know, good day. We're pretty happy. Tomorrow's going to be Intel and Tesla. Should be real fun. Hopefully Intel's out. Okay, we can have a quick look here to see what their stock is doing. My guess would be downside.
It did the whipsaw. It went up to 554, then back down. So it basically did the same thing Microsoft did.
We'll wait to see what they go. You always want to wait to hear what they talk about. For everybody at tradertv.live, guys, it's been a fantastic day, a busy day. We're going to be back tomorrow. Join us at 8:30 when we're going to crush it one more time. See you guys. Have a great evening. Ciao.